What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the AFC East Roundtable. Listen, I just had to pause for a second because I'm having a moment of humility where I asked the fellas, let me start the show. Let me be 100% honest. Let me be 100% upfront. I just want to say congratulations, Buffalo Bills fans. The better team won the game. I'm not going to be this sore loser tonight like I've been hearing from our fan base. The better team won the game. Congratulations. Y'all worked your tails off hard for it. I'm glad we fought and made you work for it, but you deserve it. Good luck in the next round. And go Bills Mafia. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead and give it to y'all.
Go Bills Mafia. What a
Damn. And so to be completely honest with you, I was waiting for like a last little sentence or like last little quip being like, but the Bengals better cut that ass next week.
He said, Go Bills Mafia. Whoa. Man.
Wow. A first
switch.
AFC East
I thought it was going to be a
history.
troll job. I was waiting for the troll job.
So did I, man. Like, I'm conditioned. Honestly, that's why everyone tunes in on a weekly basis. You never know what you're going to get. Everybody, welcome to another.
Don't get me wrong. When we start talking about the game, we are going to talk about how trash Josh Allen was. That ain't going to change nothing. That is a fact, okay? We'll get there,
And hey, man, listen. And so people paid some good money, especially Miami fans, to fly up there. We had to give them a show. We gave them a couple of gifts to keep it close. It is what it is. So, regardless, welcome to the AFC East Roundtable, everybody. For the third straight year, I am the only one that remains in the playoffs at this point. An absolute nail biter. I'm not going to lie to you. I've said this in several videos I've released since the game. I feel like I started the game at 31 years old, and then when I finished the game, I was like 58. Like, it was the most stressful 4 quarters of my entire life. I probably have about like 7 or 8 gray hairs like on the top of my head right now from watching it, but absolutely insane. We have a great show for you today, as always. We've heard from TD, but let's hear from our other hosts over here. Starting off with you, Richie. What's good with you, man?
What's good, boys? I feel like, this wildcard weekend was pretty awesome just from an NFL fan. Wasn't awesome from the perspective of I had FOMO and I wish my team was in the weekend. But from the Jets fan perspective, man, that was a really fun matchup between the Bills and the Dolphins. I'm actually happy that the Dolphins, made it a game, made it entertaining, represent the AFC East very well. And outside of that, man, we saw the Giants upset the Vikings. We saw a lot of fun matchups over the weekend. Feels good. The Jets right now, we're in the middle of an offensive coordinator search. We're in the middle of getting into debates within our own fans of what quarterback do we want. Are we going to get Lamar Jackson? Are we going to get Aaron Rodgers? We're going to get Derek Carr? Who the hell is it going to be? So that's really what's been going on with the Jets. But yeah, I'm excited to be back on the panel with the fellas. And man, Dan, it is kind of crazy. 3 years straight, you are advancing into the divisional round without any of us. Hopefully this is the last year that does happen. Big shout out to Ayo Miggy with the $2. Sup, Master at Work. Love the show, guys. Fins up. Appreciate the $2, my friend.
Tyson, what up, bro?
What's up, man? Yeah, man. Like, this weekend, NFL weekend, kind of made me realize, how much I actually just love the NFL. Because, like I said, my team's not in it. Usually, I would think if my team's not in it, man, I wouldn't really care that much. But no, man, quite the opposite. It's been a fun NFL playoff so far. I love the NFL more than ever now. It's actually kind of exhilarating watching other teams when you ain't gotta stress about your own team in the playoffs, man. It's a completely different experience. But shout out to the Dolphins this week for making it a game, making it entertaining. I kind of figured out what's going to happen. I didn't think it was going to go down to that wire. But at the end of the day, I try to tell people that, it doesn't matter how you win as long as you get that W because it's the playoffs. And the Patriots, I remember the Patriots have gone on multiple Super Bowl runs where they did not look like they were going to advance. Against the Ravens on our 4th Super Bowl run, bro. We went down 14 points twice. We looked like straight trash and still won a Super Bowl that year. So it doesn't matter how you get it done, no matter if you underperformed or whatever. Division opponents are supposed to play tough. So, like I said, congratulations to the Bills. But like I said, man, you took care of business. And for Dolphins fans, I don't really got nothing much to say to Dolphins fans. I mean, 22 years no playoff win, man. It is what it is.
Damn.
TD, looks like you're stuck with me. Sorry. Franchise QB tuna?
That's definitely King Allen, 1,000%.
Oh yeah, we also got to get something straight. See, me and Richie, we occupy the couch, so that means Dolphins fans, there's no room left on the couch. That means you're gonna sit your ass on that floor. And this is get that straight right now. There ain't no more room for the couch.
We've got their feet up. We've been relaxing.
Oh man.
No more room,
I mean, I will say that entire wild card weekend was absolutely crazy, especially with the Jags comeback and a lot of things that nobody expected. That's for sure. But we have a great show for you today, as always. Similar format. We're going to be talking about stock up, stock down. We're going to be talking about the Bills-Dolphins game, and then we're going to look ahead. And then, of course, I believe it's everybody's favorite segment, and that's when our Patreon contributors get to come on and ask us a question. Super excited about that motion. But with that being said, great segue into stock up, stock down, brought to you by Mojo. Now, say, for example, you have not heard about Mojo. Say that you like the stock market and say that you like sports. Obviously, you do since you're watching the show right now. These two are the ultimate culmination of those two concepts where you could actually bet on your players' careers or you can bet on their downfall. One of the two. Right now, it is only in New Jersey. However, they have plans of mass expansion throughout the next couple of years. So we highly recommend that you go on ahead and download the app by itself just so you can start practicing. So when it does come to a state near you, you can just start collecting them coin, baby. That's all that we ask.
Yeah, and you can simply scan the QR code on the screen to download the app or click the link down below in the description. They're also opening up for the NBA. They got a lot of sports that are about to start. So for the Buffalo Bills, Dan, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, they're trending up. Remember, they were trending down last week, so they go into the playoffs. They had good games, I'd say. Josh Allen had an interesting game, but he's still trending up.
Yeah. Yeah, man, most definitely. Let's just say that with Josh Allen trending up is definitely not based off of what just happened against Miami. I think the reason he's trending up right now is just because he has some pretty favorable matchups going against Cincinnati. Both of their outside DBs with an Eli Apple and then a rookie on the other side. I have a feeling that not only Mojo agrees with that, and I also agree with that I think that he's about to have a field day just picking on both of those corners with Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, whoever is lined up to either of those two playmakers. So that's why I think that he's trending up at that point, looking forward right to future opponents. But I definitely see that being a safe investment because there's just favorable matchups on that day. And then same sentiment goes towards Stephon Diggs. Super favorable matchups next week against Cincinnati secondary. So I definitely think that it's probably worth a safe bet for the short-term game of betting on their increase.
TD coming off a playoff loss. We got the Skylar Thompson trending down 10%. Jalen Waddle coming off a rough game in the first quarter, having that crucial drop. He's down up 25 cents in total. What are your thoughts about the Mojo report?
Waddle, I understand why his stock is going down, and Skylar's stock is going down because of Waddle. I think when we go to the game recap, Dan will remember those deep balls that Waddle dropped wide open. That could have been the deciding factor in the game. But you know what? He's still young. It's his second year. Waddle will be fine. His stock will rise. He'll get on the level of Chase at some point. Skylar Thompson, he showed enough to where he's definitely going to be the backup quarterback. And they'll continue to develop him for the future opportunity. And we'll talk more about that in the recap segment. So both of these guys, you still want to invest in their long term because they both have long term upside to their stocks.
Long term for Skylar Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. And then the Patriots and the Jets obviously did not play this weekend, so they're staying the same. We got Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. If you want to invest for the future, and you got Mac Jones and Stevenson, they haven't really moved much since the New York Jets and the New England Patriots did not participate in the playoffs. We're not going to really spend too much time on the Jets or the Patriots. But again, guys, if you want to download the app, do it now, because you are going to want to get in on Mojo before it comes to a state near you, so you can get used to what it's like to download it and scavenge the app and see who's trending up, who's trending down, who's the top movers, who's the top fallers. And shout out to Mojo for sponsoring this video. Parks coming in here with the $2 super chat. TD, how was your Sunday?
Leave me alone, Parks.
Oh, yeah.
We had a birthday boy on Sunday, right? Sunday was your birthday?
Oh no, Thursday.
Oh, Thursday was your birthday.
Man.
Well, happy birthday, everyone! Say happy birthday to TD.
Happy birthday, TD.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you.
Great birthday present.
I wish I got my gift Sunday, but you know what? I've been naughty this year.
TD looks miserable, says James.
I am miserable right now. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm very miserable.
Oh, poor TD.
Happens to the best of us, man.
It's okay, TD. I'm here for you.
I know what it's like. So I know what it's like to lose, man. It's not good.
Yeah, you'll know this weekend.
I knew it was coming.
I feel bad for TD because, like, chat, like, imagine spending 22 birthdays in a row. Not seeing your team win a playoff game. I mean, I can't even imagine.
Oh. Sorry, TD.
It's tough times, fellas.
It is kind of crazy, though. The Jets are going to win a playoff game before the Dolphins.
Stop lying to yourself.
I do feel bad for you about that.
Parks, tell them stop lying to these people.
Are you kidding me? You're staying put with Tua. We're about to go out there, get an elite quarterback. It's over.
Bro, stop lying to these people. Y'all sticking with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, right.
You might even bring Adam Gase back.
Woody Johnson even said, hey, do everything you can to get a quarterback. This is it, baby.
I'll read this one. Shout out to V-Man for the $5 donation. Hey, Dolphins. Last time you won a playoff game, Pokemon games didn't let you select your character's gender.
Wow. Y'all can't do this to me tonight. I came in humble.
Legendary Jets fan. Love you, V-Man. Appreciate it. We need V-Man to be on a Patreon member, and he needs to join because he calls in on my shows, and you guys would love V-Man. Parks, TD lost with the birthday balloons in the background. Parks was tuning into the stream.
Oh,
man, we need to revoke Parks membership, man.
Oh, he's coming tonight.
Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mojo. Once again, definitely make sure that you download that for the sports player stock market. It's definitely something everyone should be excited about. So now it is my favorite part of the show and then TD's least favorite part of the show. We need to discuss the Bills and the Dolphins game. But before we end up getting the takes for myself and TD, I think it's probably better that we hear some two objective opinions of what went down that game and really any sort of concerns that they have with the Bills moving forward. Richie, start off with you, brother.
Yeah, man. I was live for the first half of that game. I was actually under the weather this week, so I wanted to go live, and then I was just like way too sick to continue. So I finished at halftime. And by the way, that game was like the longest game I feel like I've ever watched. Like just in terms of like, why was it so slow?
They had to move the second game.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But listen, man, watching that game live, being live on my channel during it, and when the Bills went up 17-0, I was like, come on, Miami, let's make this a game. Like, I don't want to be live for a freaking blowout. It would be cool to see the Dolphins get blown out, I guess, but not really. I want to see this. This is the playoffs. And I feel like, it's kind of funny how the Dolphins came back into the game to me personally, because it just kind of like really makes you feel like, is Josh Allen him? Can he really take the Bills to, because what are you guys trying to do? Bills Mafia, win a Super Bowl, right? And I don't know. Josh Allen looked good, and then he just started making some boneheaded mistakes to the point where you're like, okay, his first interception, he throws a deep bomb, gets picked off by X, right? Okay, you can live with that. He tried to be aggressive, and then he throws another interception. That fumble to start off the second half was ridiculous. So the fact that Josh Allen had 3 turnovers and you still were able to win, Bills fans, exhale. because that you guys definitely avoided a big time upset. And the Miami Dolphins fans, there's no moral victories when it comes to the playoffs, but when you're going in as the 7th seed who have never won so far in the NFL playoffs since they've added them, 2 or 3 years ago, with your third string quarterback who is a rookie, you go in there against the Josh Allen-led Buffalo Bills, who are the heavy favorites. You cover the spread easily, and you compete and take them to the fourth quarter. You had a lead in that second half, and I think the difference of that game was when Skylar Thompson threw that interception backed up in his own end zone on 3rd and long. I don't think that they should have forced it. I think they should have just been conservative, run the ball, get some yards, and play, and put the ball in Josh Allen's hands, because what that did is it gave all the momentum to Josh Allen and the Bills. It kind of took the stress off of them, because you saw it in Josh Allen where he was kind of getting frantic. He's like, oh my God, I got to play better. Like, this is it. Like, this is the playoffs. Like, he kind of started feeling like mentally, like his brain was kind of moving too fast. And he was feeling like desperation mode clicked in for Josh Allen, which is something you don't want to have in the playoffs. And, the Dolphins took advantage of that. They took advantage of every single Josh Allen mistake. And, Skylar Thompson, he went out there and, he didn't look like the craziest quarterback ever in terms of the future for the Dolphins. But I think that Skylar Thompson, for being a late round pick for a rookie to start in a playoff game, he looked pretty damn impressive to me. Just making plays, escaping pressure, just throwing the ball up there. He had a lot of bad throws for sure, and a lot of bad reads. But at the end of the day, man, the Miami Dolphins, they fought hard. And I'm sure if you're a Dolphins fan, you wanted that W. And you are coming away that game probably thinking, oh, if we had Tua, we'd have won. Hey, you never know. If you had Tua, you would have won. I'm sure some Dolphins fans are having that argument. But the reality is you lost by 3 points in a 34-31 thriller, I believe was the final score. And, it's funny because Bills fans are coming away with that game kind of a sense of like, we won. Woo, what a relief. But like, oh my God, like, I don't want to speak for Bills fans, but I don't know if they're a little worried now. Are they a little skeptical about this weekend? Are they as confident as they were beforehand? Because, if Josh Allen does those types of things consistently throughout the playoffs, you can't make those mistakes against Joe Burrow. You definitely cannot make those mistakes if you get it through the Bengals and say the Chiefs beat the Jaguars and you're versing Kansas City in the AFC Championship. And of course, if you make it to the Super Bowl, you cannot be making those mistakes. I mean, that's going to start biting you if Josh Allen continues that. And I feel like that's something in his game that he just has to figure out how to avoid those explosive mistakes, because that was backbreaking stuff. And Kaiir Elam was literally your best player, the rookie corner for them. They had that interception. He had that game-winning pass deflection on 4th down. So that man's a stud right there. For sure, he stepped up, and that's what winning organizations do, though. When you have bad plays, when you make mistakes, can you make the winning plays when you need to the most in the fourth quarter? Because guess what? It does not matter how you win. It doesn't matter if it's ugly. It doesn't matter about the box score. You play to win the game. And what the Buffalo Bills did is they showed that they were the better team on the field, and they made the right plays when they needed to the most late in the fourth quarter in the clutch environment at home, defending the home turf. It was a stressful one for Bills fans, but the Bills proved to be the better team, and they came out with the victory. And you can learn from this. This could be a tape that Josh Allen goes back from and learns, okay, how can I avoid, forcing the ball down the field or protecting the ball and not forcing it a little bit. So I think it's a learning experience from the Bills. And at the end of the day, man, winning teams make winning plays even when it's ugly, and that's what the Bills did.
Love to hear it. It's Tyson, what you got, man?
Well, I'm happy that Richie broke the game down so I don't have to, because there needs to be some truth said about the Dolphins. I've been listening all week since this game ended, and all I've heard from Dolphins fans is your moral playoff victory. If I've never heard of such a thing, a moral playoff loss. You might have the first moral playoff loss in the history of the NFL, because the entire point when you get into the playoffs is to win a playoff game, something that you have failed to do 22 years. Dolphins fans need to stop this nonsense. It's absolutely pathetic. I don't care about we almost had them. Don't give me this. We would have won with Tua because you lost by the same margin when you went to Buffalo with Tua. So don't give me this. You would have won with Tua. Tua's lost 4 straight games to put you in a position to have to go to Buffalo in the first place. Don't give me this bullshit, Dolphins fans, about, well, I'm happy. I'm so proud of my team, because that's all I've been hearing. how proud you are of your team. A team that started 8-3, that lost 5 out of this last 6 games of the season. And then I hear the injury excuses, as if every team in this division hasn't gone through injuries. And it's the same excuses. The offensive line, as if you didn't go out in the offseason and pay Toronto Armstead a shit ton of money. And now it's the receivers. Oh, Waddle's dropping balls. I was told that Waddle's one of the best receivers in the league. I see Tyreek Hill, woman beater Hill, dropping balls. You got the best 2 receivers in the league, arguably top 5. I don't give a damn who is behind center. Here's the thing. How about develop a quarterback, and then maybe you can win a playoff game? Because you couldn't develop Tua, you couldn't develop Skyler, and Teddy Bridge troubled over waters couldn't even come in and save you. It's absolutely pathetic from a fan base that hasn't won Jack Diddley squat since the Bush administration. I'm sick of hearing it, Dolphins fans. I'm tired of it. And then one more point. Don't give me this bullshit, because last season when the Patriots made the playoffs and we got our asses handed to us by Buffalo, the first thing I heard out of Dolphins fans' mouth was, I'm glad I didn't make the playoffs. Imagine making the playoffs just to get your ass whooped by Buffalo. And what do you do this season? You make the playoffs because of the Buffalo Bills helped you get there, because they beat the Patriots. And then you show up and you were cute. Yeah. You put it to the wire. There was no way you were winning that game. I don't give a damn what happened. I don't give a damn how close it was. You made the playoffs just to shit the bed, just to come this close, just so your fan base and your franchise can give you this inch of hope, just to tear it away from you, because that's what your fan base does. And guess what? I'm happy that you made the playoffs now, because what does that mean? Chris Greer announced that Tua was coming back. Chris Greer is coming back. No change whatsoever. Now you got to maneuver the cap and try to get cap space because you're so far down in the hole. What about the draft picks? Oh, throw away your mock drafts too, because there ain't no mock drafting this year. Your franchise is in absolute purgatory. Me and Richie about to be chilling this offseason because we about to be fighting over who gets Lamar Jackson. We about to be signing free agents left and right because all the money you spent last offseason ain't gonna do you ain't did you no good this season. Now you broke. You broke, no quarterback, no draft picks, no salary cap, and the same GM, the same coach, the same broken down quarterback again. So you can sit up here and tell me how me and Richie didn't make the playoffs. I'm glad, because now we got the 3rd and 4th toughest schedule while you sitting there with absolutely nothing to show for, especially when you can be sitting there with your finger stuck up your ass for the entire offseason trying to figure out how to maneuver the cap. It's over with, Dolphins fans. You lost, I win. The end. That's all I got to say. And it had to be said.
Damn.
Wow.
All right, TD.
That was great.
Let's hear your thoughts on the game. What you got, brother?
First off, Tyson just read all the Dolphin fans for filth, and I'm offended. But you know what, bro? What in the hell can I say? What can I say? At least 90% of what he said was correct, except the point about, New England and all that. Y'all got blew out. I don't care. But anyway, now I see y'all in the comment section say fight back. Ain't no need to fight back, man. This team has to fight back on their own in the offseason and figure out how we can be competitors, real competitors, and stop playing these games. And honestly, it's us fans who need to be the ones that's calling for it, but that's another story. This game for the Miami Dolphins, we lost this game in 2 areas. The first area we lost this game was in the first quarter, going down 17-0. Completely self-inflicted. We're 0 blitzing, giving Josh Allen free Hail Marys. That's how you scored. We're just literally giving them free Hail Marys, and our DBs literally playing the first down marker instead of bailing deep, allowing y'all to rack up points early. And on offense, we lost the game in the first quarter because some big time throws were made and they were simply dropped to even start that game. When you're starting a whole 17-0 with a rookie quarterback, you can almost expect some mistakes to happen. It's just a matter of when. And we didn't do what we needed to do to start that game, digging ourselves a hole. And that's simply one that we couldn't overcome. The second point in the game that we lost is when the Miami Dolphins were up 24-0. This was the most critical part of the game. It wasn't any of the interceptions. I expected a pick from Skyler. He threw 2, but I expected turnovers. Those didn't matter because we turned Josh Allen over 3 times. But where we lost this game was when we were up 24-0. And on first down, Skylar Thompson throws a 50-yard bomb to Jalen Waddle. He goes up to get it and couldn't secure it. And the defender got his hand in there to knock it away. We run the ball on the next play for 4 yards. And then the very next play, which I believe is the largest play of the game, it was Skylar Thompson's best throw of the game. Across the middle for 45 yards to Mike Gesicki in triple coverage. Right in his hands, and it just goes through his body, through his chest. That's where we lost the game. That was the moment we could have gone up 2 possessions on the Bills, and we didn't. And then Skyler threw the pick, giving the Bills the lead. Then things started to be just a chip fest at that point. Our Dolphin team, everything that we did wrong, I'm not surprised with. Everything the Bills did right, I'm not surprised with. Y'all played a great game. I've watched the All-22 film. Your defense was smothering the entire day. That's why I'm actually happy with what Skyler did. He did more than I expected with the way that defense was playing. But the better team won. The better team got out of there with the victory. And I got to give it to the Buffalo Bills. Y'all called me delusional all week. I really thought that we would win that game. For one reason, I knew that we were going to go into that game and give Josh Allen hell. And with the exception of the first quarter, when we would run 0 and give him wide open deep passes, the rest of the game, we absolutely gave him hell. And you know why I knew we was going to give him hell? Because he's a freaking bum. And I've been telling y'all all season that bum is gonna bum. And I also told y'all if Josh Allen is in the game, we always got a chance to win because we know how to make Josh Allen bum. If you want to turn a bum into a bum, the Dolphins will expose a bum. We picked them off once, we picked them off twice, and guess what? Sack, fumble. That bum was bumming. He was bumming for 3 quarters straight. And I told y'all.
The Jets did it once too, TD.
No, y'all did it twice. Y'all made him look like a bum twice. Y'all gave him 50 scores.
True, but we won 1, so that's why I can't speak on an L.
So that hey, he can still be a bum in a win, just like he was with Miami. He is a bum. Any real defenses like the Jets have, and we had on Sunday, any real defense makes that bum. He is not a legitimate MVP quarterback. He is a fraud that got an O-line and a few weapons. Outside of that, he is the reason you will never win a Super Bowl. Mark my words, that bum will always keep you from a Super Bowl. So, yeah, we lost. We're going to take our L. Y'all were the better team, but that bum is a bum like I've been telling you he a bum. Bum.
And so I knew it was coming.
Ain't nothing to rebuttal. He was a bum. Was he not there? Was he not a bum?
So I knew it was coming. Okay. So I've been having this conversation a lot with Bills fans for a while. And there's been this like huge debate, like being like, hey, Dan, I wonder if it's because Dable is no longer here. I wonder if it's Dorsey, et cetera, et cetera. The thing is that Josh Allen's stats, as far as his sort of ability to turn over the ball, really hasn't changed significantly at all. Like it's literally by like a 10th of a percentage of his overall turnover rate by itself. Now, it's getting to a point with Bills Mafia where he generates all of these turnovers because he's the kind of guy that loves to give you those big splash plays. And we have seen several of those, right? Like that bomb out to Diggs. So at the end of the day, you need to take the good with the bad, right? He's a gunslinger. He's going to throw interceptions. So there's a guy named Dan Marino who averaged about 14 to 15 interceptions per year. And there was a guy named Brett Favre who threw about 14 to 15 interceptions per year. And both of those are Hall of Famers.
Joe Namath.
I don't want a captain. Yeah, him too. I don't want a captain check down as my quarterback. I want a guy to be able to take risks. I want a guy that's going to be able to trust his guys to like come down with those 50-50
Josh
balls.
more like Marino. Josh is more like Marino. He'll never win a Super Bowl.
Oh man, that's your guy though, TD. That's your guy. It's
you just
so,
like him.
so the thing is that I know that a lot of people were upset because I know that Dorsey, and I mean, I even made this comment. I was just like, is this like a 6-year-old playing Madden? This kid's literally just running go routes and just throwing Hail Marys, like literally like 70% of every single like drop back. However, with the defensive looks that they were giving him, like with that cover zero and absolutely just bringing the house like on him, like that was the best possible play that you could, because like literally it created those one-on-ones. So it's not on Dorsey. It was just, like with Josh Allen, he did end up getting a little greedy. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure like his yards per attempt, like in the air, were like close to like 15 on average that entire game. It was definitely crazy. Like, man, like missed so many wide open guys underneath. It was absolutely crazy. But going into that game, I hated it, right? I hate playing divisional opponents. I didn't want to play the Dolphins. I didn't want to play the Jets. I didn't want to play into the Patriots because, number one, it's very hard to win in this league in general. It's very hard to beat a team twice, and it's very hard to beat a team 3 times. So going into that game, I had a bad feeling, man. I had a bad feeling that this game, especially once Vegas gave us so much of those points, that it was going to be as ugly as it was. However, the Bills did end up, and so they came out on top. And like you said, like good teams find a way to win. And for the longest time, I know the narrative at the beginning of the season was that, and so the Bills just can't win these one-score games, or they can't win that. And I mean, obviously, sounds like that we definitely married that narrative, and we've been doing whatever we possibly can to try and prove that wrong, because I feel like we haven't had a blowout since the Titans, and it's been very, very frustrating. But we found a way to win. Huge shout out right to our defense. I love the fact that Elam was finally out there. He's that physical cornerback that we needed, and Dude Man ended up saving that game for us. One thing I did want to say, like there was a lot of opportunities that the Dolphins did not take care of. That 4th and 6, Tyreek was wide open right up in the middle of the field. Wide open right up in the middle of the field. If Skylar were to see him, I'm not sure.
Number 49 was sitting. Number 49 was sitting there baiting.
Dude,
the linebacker was right there. The linebacker was right.
Bald. Yeah.
The linebacker was right there under Tyreek. As soon as Skylar would have threw it, he would have picked it off.
Got it. Okay. Very interesting. Well, regardless, I love the fact that that secondary ended up coming out on top. I love Elam. For some reason, McDermott just hates rookies and like never gives them any sort of opportunity. But I think that he ended up earning one moving forward. And then those drops, man, were just absolutely terrible on the Dolphins' end. I was curious too, because it was a 1:00 game, and I'm almost wondering, because it only happened when the offense was facing a certain way, like in the stadium itself. I have to wonder if like the sun was just blaring right in these receivers' eyes, because there was drops on both sides of the team.
I think it was cold. I think it was just the cold, hard ball. I think that's what it was.
Overrated trash wide receivers as well. That could be
wow, Richie is getting disrespectful.
My 17 will never do that.
But I mean, honestly, when it came down to it, definitely a lot of good things. I mean, honestly, like, what do you say? Like the Buffalo Bills can put up like 30-something points. It's weird for me to walk away from that game pissed off, right? Because I just hold them to such like a high pedestal. that I wanted to see a domination, but we didn't, right? Like that was a divisional opponent. Maybe if Mike McDaniel wasn't getting high on the sideline, maybe some things would have been a little different. You know what I mean?
No.
But here we are, dude. And so I think that was a vape, and so I don't think it was a weed pen, and so I think dude man was just ripping a jewel. That's really all it was, just vaping away. Cool.
You're stoned.
Is my respect level for that guy right up there?
Hey, Dan, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
This question is for the entire Bills Mafia, but you're gonna have to answer this.
Okay.
Why do y'all have zero? Like literally, he can do no wrong to y'all. Y'all have zero accountability for that bum. He played trash. He played like a bum. Why can't y'all be like Josh Allen just absolutely played like trash, but we still got the victory? Why y'all can't say it? Is it like, are y'all Josh and ears or something? Allen
we
ears?
are Josh. All right. We are Josh and ears, and here is my best explanation.
Oh, gosh.
Like I said, we love his killer instinct. We love that he takes risks because when it works, right? And we're 13-3. I mean, say for example that, we were like sort of right in the basement this year, right? Like losing game after game after game after game. Then yeah, most definitely. Like we would want him to like sort of switch it around. But
he's
so
great.
We were the second seed in the playoffs. Yeah.
But in the biggest
so
moment
I think that's
every
why
year,
we let it.
He's the reason you lose.
Yeah. This
in
year
your elimination game, he's the reason you lose. Every time you're eliminated, he's the reason.
We'll see this year.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
And so against the Chiefs last year, which is because of our defensive play call.
Heads or tails? Heads or tails?
It was
heads or tails. Who called the coin flip?
No.
Who called the coin flip?
So biggest reason why I think that Bills Mafia doesn't give Josh Allen like too much hell about his turnovers is just the fact that we love his game, we love his killer instinct, and we don't want him to be a captain checkdown because the positives significantly outweigh the negatives. And plus, honestly, his big game plays are like a huge reason. And if that man can throw 2 or 3 interceptions or turn the ball over 3 times and still win a game, that's saying something about his talent level. And I hope Josh Allen never changes.
The team carried him. Man, y'all some Allen ears.
All right,
bro.
we got to get into the super chats. We've been holding off these super chats. We appreciate all the donations been coming in. Let's read them out. Dan, you want to read them out?
Yeah. You guys, TD. Can you sing a few
Tyson.
bars of your favorite Elvis song?
Block whoever that is.
Franchise QB Tuna. Okay.
That's a great name.
The Dolphins have won a playoff game since Big Brother aired its first episode. Wow.
Keep coming with the super chats. The Dolphins.
One of my favorite shows, by the way. One of my favorite shows.
Y'all hating the Dolphins because we the only team that threaten y'all in this
TD,
division.
And TD. And did you get my tweet of Clinton playing the sax?
No. I got to check Twitter, bro.
V-Man. Appreciate you, man.
Mongoose. Last Dolphins win was literally versus the Seahawks when they were still in the AFC and the PS2 hadn't been released yet. Just wanted to share that.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Oh, this sucks.
Is name a better duo than TD and Therapy Mondays? The therapist should give a kickback to the Bills for always sending it to him.
Oh, man.
It's just a roast of TD.
Tyson, what you laughing at?
Segment. It's a new segment. It's a new segment. And so I am the fake of the franchise. I'm in face. I love it.
This guy's coming after Tua.
Franchise QB Tuna.
Franchise QB Tuna.
Oh my gosh, Dolphins, do something to shut them up for real this year. I'm sick of this mess.
And so if the Bills didn't have Josh Allen, the Dolphins would have won.
Man, no, we made it a game because of that bum. He the only reason it was close. Y'all need to stop getting on this Josh Allen. Oh, I can't wait till the Bengals smoke y'all and Josh Allen the reason.
See, I knew the goalposts were going to be moved. So I said it last episode.
It ain't moved.
I said it last episode that was going to be said verbatim. Ricardo, Master at work is right. So mad at my team right now.
Yeah, that's a Dolphins fan.
Appreciate the $10, Ricardo. Great name, by the way.
Yeah.
Ricardo.
Thank you, Ricardo. I appreciate it. Mateo says that the Dolphins' schedule next year will be brutal.
It is. It's nasty, bro. It's nasty.
What division are we playing?
NFC
NFC next year?
East.
NFC East.
AFC West,
Ooh.
right?
AFC West and the NFC East.
So that
Our
means we get
schedule.
to see Brady twice.
Interesting.
What are you talking about?
And then the AFC South
Going
based
to the
on where
Raiders.
you finished, and the AFC North based on where you finished, and the AFC. Yeah, that's how it works usually.
It's brutal for
Skylar
us.
isn't good. Skylar isn't good, and TD loves PFF grades. How did Skylar grade out Sunday? Oh,
2 points lower than Josh Allen. Josh Allen was a 53 and Skylar was a 51. And you know what? That's the point. Skylar basically had a Josh Allen game. If you think about it, if we didn't drop 3 of those balls, he would have had more yards than same thing. They did the same. They played the same game because Josh Allen didn't use his legs, but in that first quarter, which he killed us on like 2 plays. But same thing. Go look at Josh Allen's PFF grade, 2 points higher than Skylar's.
I guess we'll never know. So if Josh Allen is a bum, but how many wins do your team have against him? I'll wait between the Jets and Miami. You can count them on half a hand.
It's the number that Tua wears.
Hey man, I'm just happy we beat you guys once and we made him look like a bum. That's all I can say.
Uno.
That's all I can say.
Madison Park, my guy.
And
What
it's
else we got?
gonna happen all over again next year, baby. Our defense is gonna get better and scarier.
Oh my
I'm
god!
trying to figure out why Waddle tries to catch the ball with his
Chest.
With his chest.
Oh, don't
rather
get me
than his
started, bro.
hands.
Don't get me
His
started, bro.
receivers- There's only one receiver I can remember being really great at that. That was Randy Moss.
And that ain't the first time. He does that a lot.
How's Bradley
He
Chubb
How's
doing?
Hit him.
How's Bradley Chubb doing? He just got pancaked by Dion.
Cheaters.
I remember that.
That was a good trade.
He's
At least
beautiful.
you guys
Then
made an
he
aggressive trade.
Bradley Chubb strip sacked Josh Allen, right?
Yeah,
He did.
finally made a play.
I mean, that play is worth
And
all
they
the
all
plays they made.
and they straight, man. Let me tell y'all how they favor the Buffalo Bills. Now this is where they were cheating, and we didn't lose because of no cheating. Let's get that straight. But this is where they did cheat. That bum Josh Allen and Christian Wilkins scuffle. How in the heck did both of them get a personal foul?
I saw that.
How in the heck did both of them get a personal foul?
I didn't see anything.
Christian Wilkins bumped Josh Allen and literally was being a nice guy and said, "Oh, my bad." Josh Allen walks up to him and hit him, and Christian Wilkins like, "Oh yeah," and we picked the ball off. "Oh, you're a live person. I can block you." So Christian start coming at him and blocking him, and y'all tried to jump. Then y'all tried to jump the man, and he got the personal foul.
It's my quarterback right there.
Man, yeah, because
The
y'all some
crazy
Halloween.
part about that, if Wilkins was really wanting to get dirty with it, he could have killed Josh Allen on that block.
He could
Like
have.
Mac Jones got pancaked.
Wasn't he chilling? He wasn't even
Yeah,
going
he
hard
wasn't.
at him.
And he would have been within every right to do what I thought he should have done
Because he got
it
picked
was
off.
on
It was legal.
Yeah. And at that point, Josh Allen is a defender. You never know. He could have tried to ran that back to the house.
Christian Wilkins took it so easy on him, and then y'all tried to jump the man, and Christian Wilkins got the flag. Oh, they rigged it, man. Listen. Never mind. Y'all.
I told you, TD, last week, bro, when we played the Bills, man, that there was a lot of questions. Like I said, there wasn't a penalty call till the fourth quarter. Bro, I'm telling you, man, the Bills, the fix is in, man. They're already selling AFC Championship games.
Yeah, let me go and put this asterisk on them if they go.
TD, why was your
man.
coach vaping on the sideline last game?
Huh?
Was
Why
he
was
really
your coach
vaping, or
vaping on the sideline?
Was he really vaping?
He was.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a vape.
He
It
was.
was definitely a vape.
No, don't get me wrong. I done studied that video 100 times. It was definitely a vape or a pen. People talk about it's a Sharpie. Anybody put a Sharpie in your hand, you're going to see the top and the bottom. Okay? You're going to see the top and the bottom.
And so he
This
did
is-
one of these.
I didn't really look at it, but could it have been him just blowing into his hand? To,
No,
like, keep
you
warm?
can see the black thing.
Oh, you could see it.
on the
You can
device.
see it at one point. And he did it. This is how he did it. He tried to do a slick, which tells you he was doing something. He goes like this at first. He holds it in his hand, He's like,
the man.
he's like this, right? Like, I want to hit this. But then he's like, it might be too obvious. So let me get my headset and pull the thing down and then go like this. And then he like, come on, man.
Was he stoned? Because Mike McDaniels was like a stoner.
I'll say this. I'm not gonna sit here and make the assumption. I'm not gonna sit here and make the assumption that man was stoned or anything like that. The only thing that concerns me is this. He does have everybody knows he has a history of alcoholism. You know, he actually had to leave the league. They gave him a second chance because he was an addict. It got pretty bad for him in his personal life. They gave him a second chance. He's worked himself up to this point. I'm not going to say that he was doing anything. Maybe it was just like e-cig or something, but I'm not going to say that it was, marijuana or nothing like that. But what I will tell you, as a Dolphins fan, I'm leaving it alone. But I got to be honest, in the back of my mind, it does bother me because I'm going to be honest. Like, if I'm the owner, I'm low-key, secretively testing my head coach to make sure, given the history. And here's why. That game had too many delay of games. I understand the one with the excuse they told you
it was fourth down. Now it all makes sense.
It had
like
y'all don't understand, bro. It was too many delay of games.
It was crazy.
I'm sitting there watching Skyler like this with 12 seconds left, like, and Mike over there.
Wait, it kind of is starting making sense now because I was watching that game like, why is there so many delayed games? Your head coach was stoned.
When you're stoned, you lose track of time. You lose track of time.
So I'm leaving it alone. I'm not going to make that assumption on the man. But as an owner, I'm making sure. I'm giving him a test just to make sure what I'm dealing with because I can't have my head coach with delayed reactions like that. So
now I'm convinced. Now thinking about the delay of games, yeah, he was stoned.
And those were some really egregious delay of games too.
Yeah, like he's sitting there just spitting. Midnight Strikes Back.
Clock management.
We told you, Dolphins fans, when it counts, we beat you bums. Josh Allen, your daddy, Super Bowl run, and you and the Jets and the Cheatriots have all one thing in common: 0 wins this season. Go Bills! 0 wins this season.
It's comments like that. See, I'm on Buffalo side right now because I have a monetary thing to gain from them at least making the Super Bowl. But when you do eventually collapse, and it will happen, you think I do TD bad? You think I've done TD bad? What I'm going to do to the Bills is going to make y'all want to unsubscribe because I got something for y'all. Y'all need to really humble yourselves and y'all beat a third string quarterback, bro. Win a Super Bowl, or just how about this? Get to one. Beat Mahomes, who's your daddy. Mahomes is your daddy.
Literally. Whoever won sleeping on Mahomes is coming for you, Dan. Mahomes is coming for you.
Josh Allen in protocol. Josh Allen in protocol. He threw 2 picks.
How about the Dolphins getting 2-minute play clocks? That could work. For Mike McDaniel's favor, if he does want to continue to be stoned.
The man wouldn't stone Richie. Stop, man.
I don't know because I didn't really put 2 and 2 together. I was sitting there watching this Skylar Thompson get delay game after delay game, and now we're talking about it, and it's all. I
ain't gonna lie. If you watch his post game pressure, he's like, and he always talks like that, but it was a little extra delay, and I was like, man,
it was extra.
Hey, I got nothing against it. I'm a medical marijuana patient myself in the state of New York. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I just find it hilarious.
Hey, I need to see the card, Richie. I need to see the card.
I got it. If you want me to get
on the sideline.
I'll show it to you right here, baby. Midnight Hood strikes back again. 0 playoff wins this season. Bills have won. Suck it, Dolphins fans. No Super Bowl for you.
Super.
All right. Well, no Super Bowl for you yet. You got to make it there.
Playoff wins. Bills have won. How about you have 0 Super Bowls and the Dolphins have 2? And I hate defending them.
Thank you.
V-Man with another super chat. Send a GIF of Clinton playing the sax to Dolphins fans until Miami wins a playoff game to remind them how long it has been with some sax music. V-Man is ruthless. Love you, V-Man. Appreciate the donations. And TD, check out your Twitter. I'm sure he's sending it to you eventually.
Man, listen, man.
You don't got to do it now. Alone, but maybe Matt Patricia was stoned too.
I've been
Bro,
through
he's
enough,
just-
man.
Hey, man, you never know. Maybe Zach Wilson was stoned. Maybe that. Okay, now we got to really start investigating what's going on here. Start blaming any incompetence with being stoned. That's hilarious. All right, that's it for the super chats for now. We appreciate all the donations, guys. Really does help out the channel a ton. Time to get into the next segment. Oh, wait, we got one more super chat, and this one's a gold super chat. So
Gold.
we gotta talk about the gold one, right? Ken, Master at Work, I see you making edit videos on Twitter. Is that a side hustle for you? I could use someone for logo designs, templates for my website. Can you help me out? Hashtag fins up.
Hit me up on Twitter if it's monetarily good enough for me, as if like I made a Dolphins hype video for $300. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
How can they hit
He's
you
good at
up?
what he does.
Twitter, at Master at Work Inc. You can hit me up on Instagram at Master at Work Inc. Same thing. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. Y'all
Hit
know
up
my
Master
handle.
at Work.
Bang, bang.
Getting some work in, baby. You love it. Making
All right.
hype videos, Tyson, is probably like that was my passion growing up. That was like my favorite thing to do. I made a hype video for the Jets, their rookie class on my channel, and that like got over 50K views. And like it's the best thing. And like your videos are freaking crazy. So
Yeah, speaking of hype videos, like I said, I got one coming next week.
I don't really like him.
hey, he made one for the Dolphins.
Oh shit!
I don't
If the
really like
Chiefs-
his hype.
If the Chiefs
Oh.
and the Bills take care of business, I got probably the greatest hype video of all time. It's gonna break the internet. I just want to
We
let y'all
got
know that right now. But y'all got to take
Kyle.
care of business.
$50. Thank you,
$50.
Kyle.
Appreciate it.
This is Bengals
Appreciate
revenge
it.
week. Bengals
Let's
got
go!
finessed by the NFL, and the Bills, and they left us with a damn coin flip. Bills got the overtime rules changed too. Pretty clear the Bills have major power in the NFL. That being said, should be a good game. Hey, he has a point.
It's
Bengals
crazy.
fan.
They know they're cheating to try to get to the Super Bowl, and they don't care.
It's not. It's not.
Well, Kyle,
So we're about to
thank
get
you
to the
so
Bengals
much
game.
for
So we're
this
about to get to the
donation.
Bengals game here soon. And so thank you so much, man. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, big time. We're gonna talk about the Bengals and Bills game in just a few. So we appreciate that donation, man. It really helps out the channel. Finns have a long list of their coaches doing drugs. Long list.
That is true.
Is that true?
That is true.
Really?
Yes. I mean, we just
Ooh,
I
had
mean, they're in Miami.
the
Oh,
old
They're in
line.
Miami, bro.
You don't remember a
They're
few.
surrounded by it.
You don't remember a few
Yeah,
years
Adam
ago,
Gase.
Flores. No, before even after Gates, Flores fired the offensive line coach because he was sniffing coke at work.
Yeah, he used to be at the Patriots.
Damn.
Patriots.
Yeah, and his girlfriend from like the dancing club is the one that snitched on him.
Damn.
It's crazy.
See, Malachi's coming in with the facts that really matters. Patriots, 6 Lombardis. Dolphins, 2 Lombardis. Jets, 1 Lombardi. Bills, how many, Dan?
0.
Oh, man. That sucks that's going to continue this year, too. That's the worst part
One's
about
pending. One's pending, baby.
it.
One's pending.
Bills Mafia, hey, Master at Work, still don't know what the shield is.
Oh, so you're the guy that was in my Twitter talking about what is the shield? The shield is the NFL. You never noticed that the NFL logo is literally a shield? And I said, why are you protecting the shield? That means you're protecting the NFL. It's a saying. The shield does what it wants. You can't really fight the shield, man.
David, in Tua we trust, go Dolphins. And even puts a handicap emoji, too. Wow.
And
Well,
Tua we trust.
Dolphins fans,
Can we all just breathe a sigh of relief that this is a gift to a hand club, man. He's coming back next season. I wish him the best. I really hope y'all give him an extension. Give him a Lamar Jackson type contract. Give him a decade. I want Tua in this. I know I know the Patriots haven't beat Tua, but damn, do I want him in this division. I think he's good for the division. He's good for football. He's a good kid, and he deserves to get that bag. How you say, TD?
You just got through trolling me earlier about you glad that we keeping Tua so we can keep losing. Everybody knows what Tua is. They know that he's going to have injury issues every season. They know that he's going to be inconsistent in his play. Even when he have his highs, he's still going to have his lows. Everybody wants to forget, if Tua played, we would have won. People don't realize, and you know what? I give it to you, Tyson. You said it best. Tua the one that put us in that position to begin with, being 8-3 and losing 4 straight games.
5.
We shouldn't have even had, like, when you think about it,
5 straight.
We should have won the freaking division had he not fell on his face. We would have won the division.
Well, the Jets would have won the division if Zach Wilson was good.
Yeah. Y'all, I'm saying
we could play the what if game all we want.
And so the Dolphins would have won the division if they were a good football team.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
Jets would have won the division if we had a quarterback.
I'm not saying if Tua was there because he was there. What I'm saying is he blew it. People need to understand Tua blew it. Those 4 games in a row that we lost, he blew it. He freaking blew it. He blew it. Not the team. He blew it.
All right, we got to get to the next segment here. So if you guys can do us a favor, please hit that thumbs up button. We only have 231 likes with 716 people watching. If you guys can do us a favor, run up the like button. Let's get to 500 freaking likes if you guys are enjoying the show. Even if you're a fan of the show, that you're pissed off like me as a Jets fan, Patriots, Dolphins, doesn't matter. Hit that thumbs up, man. We appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into the show. Let's get to 500 likes in the next 10 freaking minutes. We're going to be checking that like button. All right, now let's get into the next segment, which is easy money.
Easy money.
Easy money. Let's win some money this weekend, Dan. You're the only one that's alive.
Let's do it, but I think there is some pretty interesting games over here that we can lightly touch on because I feel like it could be pretty interesting to go off with.
For sure.
Give me let me get a Josh Allen interception.
Oh.
See, Now you're talking.
Listen, we're talking money right here. We're talking money.
Now you're talking.
Interceptions.
All right, they don't have it yet, but they'll be added.
No interceptions on this end.
They don't have it because it's easy money for people.
And so the only reason I see it happening is because I have a feeling that he's going to go out there playing pretty aggressive because of those 2 corners. But let's just look at Josh Allen again for his pass yards. Definitely take the over on 265. Like I said briefly, and so the Bengals' outside corners are very, very weak. He put that on full display, that one drive that we saw from the Bills right during that game in Cincinnati, right before Damar Hamlin went down. I have a feeling that this is about to be an absolute air raid hour, and I could definitely see Josh Allen going over 265.5. 110%, definitely where it's going from there. What about rushing yards? Let me see rushing yards real fast. Rushing yards, Devin Singletary, James Cook. Let me get a James Cook situation right there. I'm going to take the over on James Cook as well, just because he is known for his long burst runs. And then with Dorsey, for the most part, I mean, we'll probably see the run game for about the first quarter. And then afterwards, we won't see it for the rest of the game. But I have a feeling that Cook is definitely going to show out, and 37.5 is pretty low. Joe Mixon at 47.5. Let's take the under on that as well, because the Bengals have a very difficult time running the ball. They are a one-dimensional team. They love to pass the ball. And then I see Joe Mixon hitting the under on 47.5 as well. Their entire game plan is going to be the pass game, and they're not going to make any adjustments because they never do. Those are my 3 right then and there. And I would actually be curious to see if anybody has any other easy money picks that we can put down there and see if we can win some money here.
Jamar Chase over?
Most
I think so, man. I mean, Trey White looked really good, by the way.
So the thing is that I also want you to consider the fact that our secondary did a really good job against Waddle and Tyreek Hill. And then Joe Burrow also has 3 out of 5 of his offense. And so Joe Burrow has 3 of 5 of his offensive linemen that are more than likely going to be out. So, say for example,
but I think Jamar's better than both. So,
well, hey man, it's your pick.
Hey, T. Higgins, kind of coming off 2 bad games. Stay away from that. I don't know, man.
Did you go Joe Burrow?
Nah.
Yeah, you
What
might
about
well
Joe
go.
Burrow?
You might well go way over.
Joe Shiesty.
Oh, come on, man.
Or, yeah, 275.
275. They
Yeah,
already
you
have
might
him at
well go. You might as well
275.
go over, bro.
I'm taking the under on that.
Go
It's gonna be a
over.
high
I'm
scoring
telling you.
game, I think.
375 against the
It's gonna be a high-scoring game.
Patriots. Sheesh. Tyson.
275. Oh well, yeah, he going over versus Buffalo.
I'm saying the under on that one, but it's TD's
I
pick.
don't know. That's a
Hey.
tough one, man.
Let it
Hey,
ride.
you saw what they did to him before they ended that game. They're about to rout him about 50 to 7 or 6, whatever, because I think I had a field goal.
Yeah.
And
What
Dan
about-
know it. Dan know it. He know they was on their way to lose. Dan know it.
All
Every
right, well,
Buffalo Bill fan know it.
guys, if you want to download Prize Picks, click the link down below in the description and use promo code AFC East, and they will match 100% of your deposit up to $100. And when you do use the code and you do place your bets for this weekend, please do us a gigantic favor. Tag us on Twitter, send us your winnings, and send us what you're doing. You can even send it in the Discord that we have linked down below in the description so we can get more in tune with each other's picks. So let's all make some money together. I want this to be more of an interactive experience where we're not individually just selfishly winning some money. If you're winning a lot of money, brag about it. Let your people know so they can hop on board and we can all win some money together, because Prize Picks has been good to me. I've won a lot of money off of them this season. I know a bunch of us here on the panel has. I'm sure a bunch of you guys in the chat have won a lot of money. So if you guys have not downloaded Prize Picks, now is definitely the time, because the playoffs is a really fun time to bet on games, especially if you are like me and your team's not in the playoffs. You don't really have anything else to root for. So you go out there, put some money out on the games. You can put $20 on this parlay right here to win 100. You can put $100 down. You can win 500. And there's a lot of fun things. I mean, you want to add one more person to this. Say, for example, Travis Kelce. I know it's not the same game. You bet the over on him, which probably is going to hit, by the way. $100 wins you $1,000 if all of these hit. And the best part about Prize Picks is if 3 of the 4 hit, you still win 5 times your money. So you get half the money back, which is a great thing about Prize Picks. So if you guys use the promo code AFC East, you will get 100% of your deposit matched up to $100, which means you put $10 down, they give you $10 of free money. You put $50 down, they give you $50 free money. Even $100 gives you $100 of free bet. So now's the time to download the Prize Picks with our code AFC East, and do not forget to tag us down below in the on Twitter or on Discord so we can see what is cooking, because let's all make money together, baby. Come on.
Let's all make that cash, baby. And the playoffs are the time to actually put the bets down, because players are going to be putting out their best possible performance, which is always something. All right, so let's get to the Bills game real fast. I'm going to go ahead and go first before TD starts spitting out some delusion here.
Call it what you want.
This game is going to be the game of the entire divisional round. I can almost guarantee that. Right now, and that's a great segue, because today is actually sponsored by BETUS, and this is our preview segment. This is like one of the best sports books on the face of the planet. It's not only player props, but it's also over-unders. It's also point spreads. It is also money lines by itself. It is the number one sports book that you could potentially go to. The best thing about it is that they're literally giving you a free $50 just for signing up, right? And then also they will match your initial deposit all the way up to $2,500, 125%. So essentially giving you free money to bet with, and say that you know what you're doing. Huge opportunity to make even more. So BETUS is definitely the place to go. So Bills, Bengals, right? From a Bills fan, this is what I am looking at as far as matchups. Number one to point out, with Joe Burrow, he is going to be without 3 out of his 5 offensive linemen, right? It's going to be a carousel. Now, I do know that a lot of Bills fans are excited about that, but I do want to point out that that man literally made it to the Super Bowl last year with one of the worst offensive lines in the entire league. So as much as we want to say, hey, that's going to be a significant factor, this team has proven that they can still be efficient in the passing game with or without protection. So when it comes down right within the Buffalo Bills defense, number one, I absolutely need to see Kyer Elam out there. I think that he earned his spot, especially with his performance last week. He's that tall, he's that physical sort of DB that we are going to need to be lined up outside of T. Higgins or Jamar Chase, whoever it is, and they just need to play absolutely physical. All of these receivers on this team, they play physical. With Jamar Chase, he's the kind of guy that will literally run you over. So we need to continue that trend where we have actually been making tackles. That has been one of my biggest complaints about the Buffalo Bills defense this year during the regular season, is that we just missed tackles galore. Past couple of games, it has seemed that we have cleaned that up. Just 10 missed tackles since the Bears game on Christmas Eve, going up right into Miami. So we need to play absolutely physical, because that's exactly what the Cincinnati Bengals are going to do. Now, we know exactly what they are going to, or like what approach they're going to have against the Buffalo Bills defense. It's going to be a big vertical threat. They're going to take risks. Best example was that game just a couple of weeks ago, with the very first play of the game with Joe Burrow. He targeted Trey White right on a deep route, and so did Jamar Chase. They're going to take risks, and it's going to be a huge pass downfield sort of game. We know exactly what it is going to be. So the one thing I want to stress, win at the catch point. Win at the catch point, because they have very speedy receivers. They're very physical. Win those 50-50 balls. Play the ball by itself. And I'm really expecting our DBs to win this game for us and make the plays when we need to, because this is going to be close. This is going to be probably one of the biggest shootouts of the playoffs. Say that I am a gambling man, and our defense needs to show up. Now, regarding our offense, with Josh Allen, with our run game, with our receivers, etc., there's weaknesses in that defense, specifically when it comes to the outside cornerbacks. Eli Apple and that rookie that's on the other outside. One-on-ones, Diggs and Gabe Davis will absolutely be able to eat, and I highly anticipate that that's going to be the majority of Josh Allen's game plan. He's going to be targeting them early and often, but then also being able to sort of stay away from the middle of the field, because Jesse Bates, he's an absolute ball hawk. So that's something that Josh Allen needs to go ahead and – okay. I hope not. But something you definitely need to worry about with him. But outside of that, there is holes in their secondary. And the Buffalo Bills did very well moving the ball down on that one drive, and I anticipate a very similar game plan. I do, however, have a couple of concerns, especially when it comes into the red zone, because turnovers have been an issue in the red zone. Dorsey, run the damn ball. Soon as when we are in the red zone, hand the ball off to James Cook, hand the ball off to Devin Singletary. Both of them are rushing 4.6 to 5.2 yards per carry. Listen, you give them 3 downs, we're going to get it. Don't do anything ballsy, not unless we go up a couple of scores. That's when we can start doing that. We need to play complementary football, no turnovers, still take risks, like still make it somewhat exciting when you need to. But say, for example, we're up 17 points or 20 points. Don't be afraid to take the stuff that's underneath. I don't need to see a 50, 60-yard bomb down the field to Stephon Diggs. Say, for example, that we have a 2-score lead on that point. Take what the defense gives you, because there's holes to take advantage of at that point. Besides that, I do respect the Bengals. I do think that they are a great team. I think this game is going to be significantly close. By the way, what's the spread on this game right now, Richie?
5
Bills
points.
got 3 points.
Yeah, on
5,
BETUS,
6.
they got 5 points.
5 points.
5.5 now.
This game is going to be like a 3-point margin. Maybe 1, maybe 2. It's going to be very, very close. It's going to be another nail biter, but it's definitely going to be absolutely massive. On BETUS, I'm 1,000%. I am 1,000% taking the over, and I don't even know what it is. That is exactly where I am going with it.
48.5.
Exactly, because like the Bills, and so the Bengals also have a run game that they completely abandon. Like, they might try a little bit with Mixon, but then afterwards they just go to exactly what they know, and that's the pass game. Is the Buffalo Bills defense, one last thing I do want to say right before I give you my final score prediction, great at adjusting. Now, I know that a lot of Bengals fans were super hype about, oh, yeah, man, most definitely. And so we were winning right before that injury. Is the Buffalo Bills defense is probably one of the best adjusting units right in the entire league. When it comes to DVOA, in the first quarter, these guys are like 20th to 22nd in the entire league. Second, third, and fourth quarter, they're top 5 or top 3. That's because Leslie Frazier and that's because Sean McDermott know how to adjust and be able to put the appropriate matchups and put people in the right position to make plays. So I anticipate that's not going to change because it's been the exact same way this entire season. And I see the Buffalo Bills defense maybe taking away a couple of plays here and there, but they're really going to lock it down once the game starts getting into the meat and potatoes, if you will. Final score prediction, dude. Man, I'm going 38-35 Buffalo Bills. It's going to be a nail biter.
Damn.
Hammer that over, baby. Hammer that over. And for anyone that wants to bet. So say that you hate the Bills, that over. It's something that's not going to just make you hate yourself picking the Bills to win, but it should be easy money. It's going to be huge. And plus, like, don't put too much weight on the Bengals, like, having a close game against the Ravens. Once again, it's a divisional opponent. We are not going to see that same team. I promise you. It's going to be two high-powered offenses absolutely trading blows.
It's going to be a go-on with
right.
the reigning AFC champs.
All right, Richie, what you got on this game?
Yeah, man. I just uploaded my preview to this game and the preview to the entire divisional round, actually, on my other YouTube channel, Touchdown Kingdom. If you want to check that out, give you my score prediction of that game. And this is going to be really interesting because we're talking about the defending AFC champions, and I think a lot of people are forgetting that the Cincinnati Bengals are the defending AFC champions, went to the Super Bowl last year. And by the way, I think they won, 10 games in a row? I mean, they haven't lost in a little bit. They are red hot when you need to be hot. They have not lost in like 2.5, 3 months. And they go into the playoffs scorching hot. And like you said, Dan, you can't really look at that game against the Ravens and think like, oh, well, the Bengals stunk. No, it's a divisional game, just like the Bills against the Dolphins. You're not coming away with that Bills-Dolphins game thinking the Bills stink. No, it's because they're going up against a team like the Dolphins that know them very well. Joe Burrow is an animal, man. He is going to be making a lot of plays. And the one thing about Joe Burrow that I really like is he limits mistakes. And he does make some mistakes. He's not perfect. But when he does make a mistake, he really comes out there and he's poised in proper situations. He's a playmaker, man. He's just a baller. And I feel like he's just so comfortable in his own skin in terms of just knowing how to be a quarterback and know how to be a franchise quarterback. And as a Jets fan, it's like he's everything I've ever wanted at the quarterback position. It freaking makes me so pissed. It's like, when am I ever going to get one like that? Don't worry. This season, his name's freaking Lamar Jackson. Oh, wait, we're talking about the Bills. Listen, man, I think this is going to be a really fun matchup from an NFL fan perspective because you got two great young quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, going after each other. And I think the Buffalo Bills are the favorites for a reason. I think they're the better team. They have the better defense. But the Bengals are one of those teams, man. They're red hot, and they can easily go out there in Buffalo and make a lot of plays. And sometimes just fluky stuff happens. I mean, that freaking 99-yard return for a touchdown that Hubbard had, I mean, bro, you're talking about that one fluke little play just changed the entire game, and that's what happens in the playoffs. There's always something that can happen that's just totally out of nowhere that you can never really expect. But I definitely am expecting the Bills to win this game. I predicted going into this playoff run that the Bills are going to make it to the AFC Championship and lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. So I think that this is going to be a W for the Buffalo Bills in a thriller, high-scoring matchup, and we're going to be excited for the rematch in a neutral site in Atlanta against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, which I will be there, by the way. And so I appreciate you, Tyson, for letting me know about those tickets as well.
Going to Magic City?
Oh, yes,
Don't tell your wife about Magic City.
All right, Tyson, what you got on this game, man?
The Bengals don't have a chance in hell. NFL needs the Chiefs and the Bills to win so they can get this game in Atlanta and further give their agenda to why there needs to be a neutral site for championship game Sunday. Well, going strictly from a football perspective, I still don't think the Bengals even had a chance, even if the referees weren't on their side, on the Bills' side this weekend. Like I said, Burrow's offensive line did not look really good against a backup quarterback. Who also, another thing too, I hear a lot of Dolphins fans were saying, "Oh, look at how bad the Bills played against Miami." Bro, did you see how bad the Bengals looked against the Ravens? They were literally a Huntley fumble at the goal line if he didn't stick his stupid ass hand over the goal line like that, the Ravens probably would have won that game. Like, that was crazy. The Ravens had that game in the bag. I'm not surprised they gave it away, but man, I'm telling you, the Ravens were really this close to pulling off a massive upset. And that's another thing too. Like, as far as like the wild card round, I don't want to backtrack, but like the Ravens, bro, they missing Lamar Jackson and a lot of their starters, and they played their asses off too. So let's not sit here and say that, we look at these other teams that didn't really have much and it still competed. So, but I don't believe in Cincinnati. I think they had their little run last season. They do have Kansas City's number. I will give you that. But I think the Buffalo is they don't match up well against Buffalo at all. I think Buffalo, after the scare that they had against Miami, will get their shit together. I don't see anybody smiling. They know smiling this week. It's all about business. They need to get to Atlanta and get to the AFC Championship game and revenge Mahomes, because let's be honest, man. I don't like. Obviously, a lot of people hate the Bills, Dolphins fans. Rich doesn't want to see the Bills win. But, man, just for the NFL, and I'm an NFL historian, I'm an NFL fanatic, and I remember Brady versus Manning every year back and forth, man. And I know, as far as, like, Mahomes and Allen, like, I can just sit back and just enjoy two great quarterbacks, even though I'm not a huge fan of either of them, especially Mahomes. But sit back and just marvel, especially from last season, bro, how great that game was. I really want to see a rematch. Like, from an NFL fan, from an experience standpoint, I think it would be best to see Mahomes and Allen round 3, because Mahomes got him twice back at Arrowhead, twice back-to-back years, and now Allen gets to get him on a neutral site. And if it wasn't for, obviously, DeMar Hamlin, I believe, the game would be in Buffalo, and I think the Chiefs would get slaughtered. So I'm really hoping that the Bills pull it off. I'm pulling for the Bills, obviously, for selfish reasons, and I need them to get as far as they can go, because I like to see my rivals get as far as they can go just to break their hearts. I need there to be a 5 Falls of Buffalo documentary.
5 Falls of Buffalo documentary?
5 Falls of Buffalo. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I root for the most painful outcome. Like, TD finally getting to the playoffs, but having snatched away just that close is better than just not having a chance at all and just sitting at home. I need the Bills to go all the way to the Super Bowl, get hyped, throw parades, have the city crazy, and then just to have everybody just in a state of depression after they blow a Super Bowl. So I root for the worst possible painful outcome when it comes to my rival teams. And I think everybody on this panel needs to agree with me. Obviously, you want to see Buffalo lose, but I'd rather have Buffalo lose in the most painful fashion possible, because I'm telling you, man, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. So I obviously got the Chiefs. I mean, obviously Buffalo to win. So, yeah. And I'm taking Buffalo with the points, by the way. And anybody that follows me, I've been hitting on some crazy-ass money lines. Trust me, man. I've been hitting them every day. Hockey, freaking basketball shit. I hit a freaking Australian Open today for like $1,000. Y'all need
Australian
to really follow
Open?
me if you. Yeah, Australian Open, bro. I hit the Nadal upset, bro. I did my research, and Nadal had a bum ankle, and I knew he wasn't going to survive. So I bet against Nadal, and he's my favorite tennis player. But if you want to get some, like, I'm going to post my bets pre NFL. So follow me on Twitter. I'm going to give out my bets for free. Obviously, I'm not going to charge nobody for no bets, but I'm gonna pick all 4 teams, and I'm going to show you who I'm going to pick. But I'm obviously picking Buffalo to cover that 5.5, and I'm obviously going to pick the Chiefs to beat the absolute bejesus out of Jacksonville, because Jacksonville does not deserve to be there.
Got it. All right, TD. And the analysis we've all been waiting for.
Man,
man?
This is simple, man. 38-27. Bengals about to go off in this game and win. I'm not saying this because I don't like the Buffalo Bills, and I do not like y'all, okay? But listen, this is going to be a Jamar Chase historic game, and Joe Burrow is going to have 4 touchdowns on offense, and the defense will score 1 touchdown, and they'll get a field goal. Josh Allen gonna get 3 touchdowns, and y'all will probably kick maybe 2 field goals, That's what it's going to come down to. The Cincinnati Bengals, right now, in my opinion, is the best team left in the AFC. And I don't think they will win. They will beat whoever comes out of the NFC. I think the Super Bowl winner will be in the NFC. But the Bengals are going to win this game. They got your number. Let me tell you why the Bengals going to beat y'all. Y'all defense make it hard on offenses. But if there's one offense that have always produced the hard way, it's the Bengals. They don't have the wide open guy. They have the dime dropped in right to chase, right out of defender's arm reach. They do everything the hard way, and they're used to it. Smothering coverage, ball in the perfect spot. And Chase, this game is going to be Jamar Chase. He is going to go off. Man-to-man coverage with safety help. He is going to be going off. Possession receiver, making life miserable for the Buffalo Bills. And their defense will give up a lot, but they'll do enough to keep y'all to 27 points. And they'll get one turnover for a touchdown. And their offense, y'all just ain't going to be able to stop. And it's exactly the way that first game that got canceled started. They went down that field at ease without any hesitation. And the hard way, touchdown, let's go do it again. But they had to call it quits for that game. And y'all went down the field okay and had to settle for a field goal. That's the way this game is going to go throughout the entire duration of it. The Bengals will win. And that bum Josh Allen, he'll turn it over once.
So finish with 6 every single time is what TD is saying.
They're going to
Don't
have
leave points on the board.
They'll have 4 offensive and 1 defensive touchdown.
You better get extra points.
Huh?
Got it.
Yeah, that's easy, man.
And so we heard from everybody. And right before we start letting these guests into chat, since we are on BetUS, and since this is so Richie, what are you about to say?
I do want to bring up a topic before we get to the Patreon members that does not have to do with it.
Can we all pick our divisional picks too? Can you pull up the money?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to do because my hot take for the divisional.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I'm shocking people. But go ahead, Richie. What you got?
I do just want to talk about something because, Tyson and I are sitting back here. We're not in the playoffs. We really don't have anything to talk about. But there's still some things to talk about regarding the Jets and the Patriots.
Let's do it.
Talk about Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Don't talk about my damn. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback.
Oh,
hey,
quarterback.
I'm just curious. Obviously, what's your guys' thoughts? Is Lamar Jackson leaving Baltimore Ravens number 1?
Okay.
I feel like this is a topic that I need to hear.
You're going to have to concede.
110%. Say, for example, that they franchise tag this guy, he's not even going to show up at all. They know that if they franchise tag Lamar Jackson, they don't have a quarterback next year. So that's just going to be a complete waste. He is not going to be a Baltimore Raven right then and there. Now, say, for example, that I am Lamar Jackson, right? And I had to choose between the Patriots and I had to choose between the Jets. My choice would be the Jets, right? Number 1. And so I think that offense just completely complements him, especially with Breece Hall coming back healthy, with Michael Carter, as Garrett Wilson on the outside, a bunch of youth, a fantastic defense, a great market. They have the money to pay him. Say that he's choosing between the two. I have a feeling that he would end up siding with New York because that just makes the most sense from everything he's trying to accomplish. He's trying to win. He's trying to be in a big market. He's trying to get the bag. And I feel like New York can give him all of those things.
Dan, you're really making me feel some type of way right now, Dan. You got to shut up.
He's not with the Patriots, right? He does have the opportunity to play with Bill Belichick, right? And he would definitely make the Patriots a much, much better team going into it, like he would make the Jets a great team as well. But I think that the opportunity over in New York is just too attractive for him not to take. So, I could definitely see him choosing New York over the Patriots, but right now we're just spitballing. We have no idea what he's going to do, but is my take and what I think is more than likely going to happen this offseason.
Yeah, sorry, TD. This is between Tyson and I. You guys are sticking with Tua. So
I need to get my 2. Yeah, go ahead, TD.
Yeah, I'll say this, man. If the Dolphins get word that both of your teams are actually going after him, we would be the dumbest organization in history not to get in the conversation. Just the dumbest. Because I'm gonna tell because either team, Patriots got more money than y'all, by the way, Richie. They loaded, they got cash galore.
We got draft capital too, Richie.
They got it all.
Oh, so do we. We got a lot of cuts that we can make to free up cap space, and next year we're loaded with cap as well.
And I'll say this: either team he goes to, we're gonna lose twice. If he go more chance for the Jets though. If he goes to the Jets, y'all are automatic contenders. That defense is actually young and getting better. People need to understand that they're young and getting better, and they were top 5 this year. So if he goes to the Jets, bro, it's over. It is over. Y'all are better than Buffalo instantly. I think y'all may want to go get one more weapon outside.
I can't handle this. I can't handle this hypothetical nonsense. That's not going to happen.
I'm just saying, y'all defense better than Buffalo's. I don't care what nobody say. And trust me, y'all got a good run game. And you add Lamar, ain't nobody worried about Josh Allen no more, because he's more explosive with his legs than Josh Allen. And I'm telling you, bro, that y'all are going to that RPO West Coast, and it'll be over in New York. And I would literally be yelling at my franchise every single day. And then, but I will be happy Buffalo gonna eat it every single time. But yeah, it's a wrap if he goes to New York. If he go to the Patriots, they just a great team. So yes, we're just dumb, man. I don't know what's wrong with us. Our pride, man. We double and triple down. We don't want to admit we screwed up. So we want to double and triple down.
Chris Bird has to make that 2019 draft count, bro.
He actually came out and said, he even came out and said Eichenberg and Austin Jackson is a part of the future plans. I'm done with this fool.
And that those are 2 horrible offensive linemen, by the way.
Oh my gosh, man.
First, I want to shout out, formerly known as Mackinac, has changed his name to Lamar Jackson Enthusiast. For the Patriots Photoshop Patriots thing. So shout out to him. I finally led him to the light, and a lot of Patriots fans are finally leading them to the light, because I said this. Why wouldn't we get Lamar Jackson? We actually we went after we got Cam Newton, bro. Cam Newton, one of the greatest running quarterbacks of all time when he was washed right after Brady. So why wouldn't we go after arguably the Michael Vick of this generation? And we run the ball. We don't pass. We don't pass. There's rumors that we can get T. Higgins. There's a lot of rumors out floating around that we're going to get D-Hop. But I don't care about none of those unless we get a quarterback. Because at the end of the day, Bill Belichick stood up there on his soapbox and literally told you without saying it that Mac Jones ain't it. He said, I believe that Mac Jones can one day become a great quarterback. That doesn't mean he's going to be a great quarterback for the Patriots. That doesn't mean he's going to be a quarterback, period. He's not QB1. Mac Jones is done. We have the cap space. We have the draft capital. And Richie, I don't have to remind you, and I'm going to remind you anyway. I remember when Dante Hightower threatened to leave the Patriots. And the Jets put out a private plane on his birthday, baked him a little birthday cake, put little candles on it and lit it. They made an entire video montage begging Dante Hightower to come to the Jets. Dante Hightower ate that birthday cake, took the little gifts, cried probably at the little montage. His mom had a little Jets jersey for him. 24 hours later, motherfucker signed with the Patriots and won the Super Bowl. Ain't nobody voluntarily is going to the Jets. There's nothing but pain and agony.
And Rich,
pain and
y'all tried to interview our offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, and he declined the interview and said he gonna stay in Miami.
Exactly, bro. Nobody voluntarily wants to go to where quarterbacks go to die. They don't know how to develop a quarterback, sign a quarterback. Hell, they don't have a quarterback, and they never will. The Jets are always going to be the Jets. And not only that, you have to also factor in the pressure of playing in New York. That's a big thing. especially for a franchise that's always going to be beneath their big brother, the Giants.
But
so at the end of the day, yeah, go ahead. I'm done.
Well, I will say this, Richie. That might have been the biggest blessing for y'all, Bevel turning it down. Because if you really think about it, what if they were bringing him in to see if he could help the guys that you already have? Thinking that he can help them just like he may have helped Tua.
Well, I mean, they're trying to get someone to help Zach, but we're getting a new quarterback this offseason. Whether that we're going big fish hunting, by the way, because we heard Woody Johnson, our owner, say that himself, that he knows this team's a quarterback away and he's okay with being super aggressive. The seats get a little hot for Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh. They know that if they do not make the playoffs this season, they're done. And Joe Douglas has done a phenomenal job, in my opinion, as a GM to allocate talent everywhere but the quarterback position. And we are in a situation where we can be aggressive to get that missing piece. And that is Lamar Jackson. That is other guys out there that we might have to settle on. But listen, you talk about the New York pressure, and you're 100% right, Tyson. I've always thought about this. I've always talked it on my channel that there's a theory that I have. The reason why the Jets never had a franchise quarterback is we can never find someone to be able to handle that New York pressure. But I think if there's anybody that can handle it, it is Lamar Jackson. I mean, this man's been in the spotlight since high school. He was a sensational player in college. I know Baltimore's not the biggest market, but he is a walking just superstar. Like he has everyone's talking about him in the NFL media. I feel like the New York media market would fit his personality, and he'd embody that. He'd become New York. He'd become everything. He'd become just New York City. It's a bright lights. And I feel like, first of all, we don't know if he's going to become available, but I did hear a report that if Lamar Jackson does become available and the Baltimore Ravens do want to trade him away, that the New York Jets will do everything in their power to put up an aggressive offer. And we saw the Jets be very aggressive last year for guys like Tyreek Hill, for Deebo Samuel, for the wide receiver market. And now that we're in the quarterback market, I can definitely tell you that the Jets are going to do everything in their power to bring in a top-level quarterback, whether that's Lamar Jackson, maybe even Aaron Rodgers is a name that I've been hearing because we're actually interviewing Nathaniel Hackett today, which is interesting about obviously the failed head coach for the Denver Broncos has ties with Aaron Rodgers. So maybe that could be an option as well. But listen, man, I think that you're right, TD. This Jets team, we're just one really freaking good quarterback away from potentially being and I don't want to talk about contender because we have to prove to be able to be a winning franchise before I can even say the word contender with the New York Jets. But I think that we are an actual established quarterback, not someone with upside, not someone with potential that we're just blindly believing in and hopefully he'll turn into something, but someone that's an established quarterback that can actually do something. And I even think, Derek Carr is very likely for the Jets. And I know that he's not flashy. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not Aaron Rodgers. But I really think if you put Derek Carr on this team with a built offensive line, with a good offensive coordinator around him, and with that dominant defense that the Jets have, we can even win a lot of games with Derek Carr because every time the Raiders went out there with Derek Carr, he was bottom of the league with the Raiders defense. That's not going to be the case with the Jets. So listen, man, the Jets have a lot of change coming at that quarterback position. And I'm just hopeful that whoever it is, I really don't care who it is unless they can just go win us freaking games. That's all I'm going to say, man. I just want to get a quarterback where I can take a breath, look at him with confidence, and not have a damn pit in my stomach every time I watch my quarterback drop back to pass thinking it's going to be an interception or a fumble and the worst throw I've ever seen because I'm sick and tired of it. It's all I've been knowing for my entire life as a Jets fan. You guys can laugh at me all you want. I'm aware of the situation. You don't have to keep reminding me that the Jets are in quarterback purgatory since my childhood, okay? It haunts me every night, but it's all good. Because Lamar Jackson's coming to the Jets, baby. And let's freaking go, all right?
Patriots are plus 400 to get them. The Patriots have the best odds. Multiple Patriots beat writers have said that
the Jets have the best odds in other sports books, too.
Oh, screw to whatever sport book, what is it, fake
whatever sports book you're on. I don't know.
Whatever the sport book. Listen, my sports book is right because the Patriots are favorite. All I know is that all the beat writers are talking about it. There's back discussions about it. That Belichick's not really saying much, but he knows what's real. It really depends on if the Ravens want to let him go. Because the question is, are they going to offer him a contract at all? That's really what it comes down to, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Got an interesting $10 super chat from Merv. First, fins up. Second, congrats Buffalo on the win. I'm a guy all right with the moral victory. Shows how we can improve next season. Now go in the trophy, your franchise. Fins up. Bills bring it home.
Merv, I like you, bro.
So we
Thank
got
you,
a
man.
Dolphins fan rooting for the Bills. I find that interesting.
Bring it home, baby. Bring it home. We'll pass it along. I'll pass it along to the mafia.
Merv, we
ain't gonna
appreciate
matter.
$10.
It ain't
You
gonna
approve
matter.
of that message, TD?
It ain't gonna matter. You can wish them all you want to bring the trophy home. It ain't happening. As long as Josh Allen under center, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Thank you for the donation. We can't read that out loud, but thank you.
TD, what does it say? Can you read that?
I believe it too. I believe it wholeheartedly. Nobody would just come out and just say something so random.
Junior, Lamar will be in Miami, Carr in New York, Jimmy in New York. Junior, you have Tua. I mean, I don't know what – I see some Dolphins fans saying in the chat that Lamar is going to Miami. Literally, you have your franchise quarterback who was in MVP conversations this season, who was lighting it up, top 3 in the league in every passer rating. I saw all of it. I mean, Tua is your guy.
All you have to do is tell him that Chris Greer told him that Tua's the guy. That's all that matters at the end of the day. He got a sign off from the owner, the coach, and the damn GM. Tua is not going anywhere, and you're stuck with him for the foreseeable future. Enjoy.
This freaking franchise.
Dennis, smash the hell out of the like button. Yes, Dennis. Quote the great Dan Mitchell. Smash the hell out of the like button. Malachi, we are getting Lamar, Tyson. I would love Lamar in New England, but that isn't happening. Bill isn't going to give up cap or draft capital.
I'm about to ban you, Malachi. You've been getting on my nerves recently. Listen here, Malachi. Okay, Bill is on his last breath. He could die tomorrow. He is 19 wins from passing Don Shula. He ain't getting it Don Shula with Matt Corkle, Matt Glizzy, that fake-ass BB Gun Jones. He needs a quarterback. He admires Lamar. Stop the cap.
I hope they just shock us and Lamar come to Miami.
I'm so sorry, TD.
I'm not retired.
2 is depressing, man.
Is that the last super chat? Hold on, guys. Let me just double check. I believe that's the last super chat. People in the chat asking me if I ever shut up. Bro, I've been quiet this whole stream. When I talk about my Jets, I speak. And guess what? You listen. How about that?
Rich's hands down. Yeah, I was about to say, Rich's hands down the quietest person on this stream, too. That was, yeah.
If anybody, I should be shutting up. Me and T talk the most.
I literally said the least amount of words on this entire show. First time there's a Jets topic, people get upset about me talking about the Jets because they're scared that we coming, baby. Woo! Let's go.
Y'all gonna blow it as always.
Yeah. We gonna blow it. Keep that.
That's why I'm laughing.
Y'all gonna go get Baker Mayfield, man.
Oh, please.
Oh, God.
Watch.
Stop that, TD. Bad, TD. Bad. All right, wait. All right, I'm trying to make sure we're not missing any super chats. Sorry, guys. There's a lot coming in. And my computer's lagging.
Yeah, I might get Ryan Tannehill.
Derek Carr.
People forget Jets have Breece Hall coming back, who we ran the offense through. Elijah Vera Tucker, Jets 10-7 next year with the quarterback and our elite defense. Let them know, Brian. Let them freaking know, baby. We need Breece healthy. We need Elijah Vera Tucker healthy. And we need a freaking quarterback. And that's the missing pieces to the puzzle. 10-7. We're in the playoffs. We make a run like the Giants. And we're live. A year from now, I'm pumped up at this moment heading into the divisional round after beating the Buffalo Bills. Ha! Come on. Let me speak my truth. Let me speak my trash. I don't care if I sound delusional. Let's go.
Can we just go real quick around the table and just give our picks for it without getting into too much detail who we got in each game?
Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Number 1, San Francisco 49ers and Dallas Cowboys. Both defenses are equally matched. However, it's going to come down to coaching. Shanahan is a much better coach. I think it's going to be close defensively, but then it all comes down to which offense makes the most mistakes, and the Dallas Cowboys make the most mistakes on offense. So I have the 49ers winning a close one. Then it's the Giants and the Eagles. I have the Eagles winning this game as much as I love the story from the New York Giants. they're legitimately going up against a very, very healthy Eagles team as of right now. Say that Jalen Hurts is even 90% healthy, it's going to be a smoke. I think they're going to win by like 2 or 3 scores going into it. And then the Chiefs and the Jags. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I really think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think the Jags have an opportunity of winning this game if they can get to Patrick Mahomes with that pass rush. And then with Trevor Lawrence, he can maintain that never losing on a Saturday situation. But I see the Chiefs pulling out a close one. But definitely take the points for the Jags because they're going to keep it close. I can almost guarantee you that.
All right, I got the 49ers versus the Eagles in the NFC Championship. 49ers, Eagles. And I got the Bengals, Chiefs in the AFC Championship. Bengals, Chiefs.
I got the Cowboys and the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, and the Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game.
Someone sent in a super chat that we did not read, so I'm trying my best to find it. My apologies, man. I'm going to find it for you real quick. But my picks are the Chiefs are going to beat the Jaguars. And I got the Giants upsetting the Eagles. I think that, living in New York, I know what the Giants are like. When they get into the playoffs and they have some flukiness, man, that first Super Bowl run they went on, they just squeaked into the playoffs. No one expected it. They went on a run. And Brian Daboll, man, that man's a freaking hell of a coach. That man is a hell of a coach. And it pains me as a Jets fan, by the way, because I hate the Giants. I am not a fan of the Giants. I'm not picking the Giants because they're my second favorite team. No. Grew up hating the Giants pretty much just as much as I hate my division rivals because of all the New York rivalry. Whatever. You don't care about that. But I don't know. I just see if there is an upset this weekend, I think that's the upset I'm going to pick. And I know it's risky. I know that no one's really going to see that coming. But crazy stuff happened in the NFL. I watched that game and saw Daniel Jones, man. He looks composed. He is like a better version of Josh Allen out there playing mistake-free football, moving this ball with his legs. And I don't know. I just think that the Giants are going to pull off the upset. And that's my bold take. And then on the Sunday game, I got the Bills. And then I got the Niners.
And just to think, the Dolphins could have hired Brian Daboll and turned Tua into what Daniel Jones has become. Brian Daboll is
turned us down.
Brian Daboll is a quarterback whisperer, bro. I really believe it now because Brian Daboll came exactly the year with Josh Allen after his rookie season, and look what he did to Josh Allen. And now look what he's done with Daniel Jones in his first year with not the best roster in the NFL, bro. Brian Daboll is an absolute genius. If the Giants somehow make another Super Bowl run, if the Giants make another Super Bowl run, I don't even know what I'm going to do, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Bro, the Giants literally suck on paper. That's the thing that's crazy to me. Like the Giants
Daniel
are
Jones,
not talented.
Bro, the throws this dude was making, the way he was reading the field, he knew exactly when to take off. I feel like this guy's mobile too. He's what is he, 6'5"? With a cannon. I completely forgot about Daniel Jones because like I said, he had Pat Shurmur, then he had to deal with dumbass Joe Judge. So he had literally 3 different offense coordinators, 2 different coaches in his first 3 years. So I'm starting to think, man, maybe you should really wait a second when you're evaluating the quarterback. So maybe he could have fixed Tua, or maybe he looked at Tua and was like, I know I'm good, but I ain't that good.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm on the Giants. It's because of Daboll. Hold on, wait. There's a super chat that I missed from Black Dolphin. Don't worry, TD. Help on the way. Ross at Brady House now. And I'm looking for another guy sending a super chat that I'm scrolling as far up as I possibly can. Oh, I found it. Bro, my apologies. We did not get to your super chat, and it just got lost in the mix, but we found it. David, for the $5 super chats, we appreciate you. Fact is, Tua, too injury prone, and Master, you of all bums, it's coming after you.
Who the hell is that? Dolphins fan?
Seems like it.
No.
I just want to say, Davin, my apologies, man. Your super chat got lost, but I just made sure I found it. I was scrolling up for the past 5 minutes to make sure that we found yours because we appreciate each and every one of your super chats that get sent in, man. So, Davin, appreciate that, my friend, because Tua is injury prone, and that's something that I feel like is really risky. And, you know, when I look at Zach Wilson's injury prone, but he hasn't proved to play good football like Tua did. So it's not really, that's the difference there. So we're going to transition into the Patreon members. Any Patreon members, go to the Patreon and you can go click the link that is in the Patreon member on the Patreon website. You can join in the Q&A. If you guys want to come on here right now, you can. You click the link down below in the description. You become a Patreon member. It's $10 per month, and you'll get access to the Q&A segment. You can come on here, and you can talk some ball with us, ask us a question, and, yeah, let's freaking go.
Let's let him in.
You guys ready?
Do it.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Hello, everybody.
What's
what up,
good?
man?
How you doing, Master? Dan,
Amazing.
Richie,
What's up, man?
TD. Appreciate it. Hey, yeah, that hurt. That loss hurt. Getting kicked out like that hurt like hell. But out of everything, I'm not really worried about that, and I'm not really worried about the Dolphins right now. Everything you're talking about right now, I can't wait for the Patriots or the Jets to pick up Lamar and waste all your draft capital, waste all your money, because every time somebody spends money on a QB, what happens? Not a damn thing. Russell, Deshaun, go ahead, waste that money because it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Let's play Tua next year. Fuck Tom Brady. We don't need Tom Brady. Who wants that old bum? And Dan,
What's up?
man, that was a good game.
It was.
But you're going home next week. Sorry to say it.
Oh, man. I don't think so.
Sorry to say, you're going home next week.
I don't think so, but we'll see.
But that's all I got to say. Y'all have a good night.
Thomas, we appreciate
my
you,
guy.
bro.
Thanks, homie.
I just
And
want
yeah.
to point out that the Broncos, when they paid that massive contract to Peyton Manning coming off of injury, and he ended up winning a Super Bowl. So whatever he
No,
just
I
said
did-
don't make no sense.
So I did see something online the other day saying, for example, that if a quarterback is over a certain percentage of their salary cap, that like they've never won a Super Bowl or something like that. I forget what the mark is, but it's like 20 something. Who knows?
But he is right because, you know, there is a lot of risk
The
involved
Rams-
because
the
Lamar
Rams-
Jackson's not only just a free agent, but you got to trade capital for him. But from the,
The
Jets
Rams
fan perspective,
literally,
the Rams,
my
yeah,
bad,
they
Richie.
got
Yeah, the
I was
Rams
just gonna-
got Matthew Stafford, and
They
they
won a
won a
Super
Super Bowl.
it's
So
true.
what is he talking about? The Rams went out and spent money on everybody, bro, and they won a Super Bowl that way. So this whole thing about you don't have to spend money on a quarterback. Learn NFL, bro. Talk to me when you actually learn football.
And my thoughts about the giving up draft picks and money for a quarterback from a Jets perspective, we are loaded with youth talent right now. Now is the time to go win this season and the season after that. The draft picks are great, but like we drafted already. We drafted Sauce. We drafted Garrett Wilson. We drafted Breece Hall.
Yeah, y'all
We-
drafted well.
Like we already
It's time,
drafted.
man.
We hit home runs on all of our draft picks. Now's the time
Yeah.
to get the quarterback to put it all together. Those draft picks will come later on. I don't really care about that right now.
Yeah.
And usually this is not how I think about the draft. I'm always like, hold on to those. The draft picks are our babies.
Yo.
But we just home runs with the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, right
which
now,
is
like
why
nothing
I
frustrates
can give
me.
it up.
Nothing frustrates me more when a team is literally in the window of contending and a fan base starts bitching about like how many draft picks that they gave away. If you're that close, like right into contending, fuck them picks, dude.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
Go for it
like,
all.
Sauce Gardner is literally the best corner in football. First team All-Pro, by the way. Congratulations to Sauce Gardner for that. As a rookie, we got him for a rookie contract. We're going to have to pay him eventually. Now's the time to win. Garrett Wilson is our number one receiver. He's on a rookie. Like, all these stars that we have are literally our best players. We have cheap, which is why now's the time to be aggressive. And that's the reason why the Jets got to go all in for a quarterback. All right, next caller we got
Hey.
a Jets fan. What's
Yep.
up, my friend?
What's up?
Yep. It feels bad that TD just fucking left when he sees me. But
He
whatever.
left before you.
Yeah. But it sucks. But I'll talk about Lamar for a minute. Oh wait, here he is.
Uh-oh.
I just wanted to talk about one thing before I go into Lamar. One thing. You were talking about that Josh Allen was like a Dan Marino. He's never going to win one. Acting like it was Dan Marino's fault you guys didn't go to the Super Bowl, but it was all you guys.
What?
It was all you guys. It was all your guys' fault. You didn't put a team around him.
Well, yeah, you're right. He the great value, Dan Marino.
Yeah, you didn't put anything around him. That's my thing.
The only thing that matters, he'll never win a Super Bowl, bro. Josh Allen will never win a Super Bowl.
But at least the Bills are competent and put a team around him, though.
Yeah, that's fine. He'll never win a Super Bowl. None of it matters if you don't win a Super Bowl.
Fine. I don't care if he doesn't win a Super Bowl. I'm a Jet fan.
Then we agree.
And then Lamar, I'm hoping that we get Lamar. I'm very much hoping that we get Lamar Jackson, because I've been a big fan of his since he was in Louisville. Like, I was a big fan of his. I wanted it just to get him.
You said fake fan? So you said you were a fake fan?
No. I'm saying I was a fan of Lamar.
You said
He was a big fan of him when he was in college.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't understand.
I wasn't. Yeah. Sorry about that. I've been a fan of his since he was in Louisville, and I wanted just to have him instead of Sam Darnold. Saw how that turned out.
Larry David wanted him too.
Yeah. So I really want him. And I feel like they just have the best chance of getting him. Media, the young players around him. And I feel like the one thing that you guys didn't talk about is also offensive coordinator of the coaches. I don't think he would like to be on Bill Belichick's team. I don't think he would want to be on a Bill Belichick team, to be honest with you.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate the call. We appreciate the call, my friend, that you bring up great points. So you never know. I mean, the Patriots do have an offensive coordinator search going on as well. So they're obviously bringing in a new system. So we'll see. Obviously, if Lamar Jackson is going to be leaving, it's going to be either the Jets, the Patriots. There's obviously going to be a lot of other teams involved for a player of his magnitude coming out there. But we appreciate the call as always. And let's get into, appreciate all of our members. Speaking of members, that's here every week.
What's up, baby? How y'all doing?
We're doing well.
TD, I thought we're gonna be eating that tuna, that Dolphins sushi, and
I hope you get sick.
I go to a very nice sushi restaurant right here.
I hope it's expired.
It's delicious. Anyways,
I hope they feel held cold.
Enjoy that L. Enjoy that L. Here you go. I told you that we was gonna beat y'all. It was a really ugly game for us, but at the same time, it was not that ugly. The Bills had their ups and their downs, and honestly, I think it's because the Bills had that freaking roller coaster that they go on with Damar Hamlin getting hurt. Bills are at an all-time low. Then they find out he's going to be A-OK, get on the all-time high, beat the heck out of the Patriots, and then they have to try and level out, right? They got to level out. They see the Dolphins. We come out that game hot, and then we see some struggles here and there, right? Emotionally, the Bills are kind of still recovering. I think now it's been a little time. They can kind of level out the ship. You know, you go down, you come up, you get here, you're unstable, and then bam, you take off. Bills this week, I got the Bills winning. Exactly. I got the Bills winning 38-31 against the Bengals, advancing to the AFC Championship game, going to Super Bowl and winning that thing. I don't care who comes out the NFC, it doesn't matter. The Bills all the way. Let's go. Champs.
Let's go. Go Bills.
Why y'all keep talking about we were up and then we had a few struggles? Put a name on it. Nobody on the Bills struggled but Josh Allen. Everybody on that team was just fine.
Not true. The Bills offensive
Everybody was fine. I had a D-line struggle with Skylar Thompson.
I didn't say D-line. I said O-line. I said
Man,
O-line.
Your O-line didn't struggle. Your O-line didn't struggle either. We just sit
The
that
Dolphins
pressure we
threw the
always do.
Think at Josh Allen.
Man,
They can't think at him, and it was 50-50.
how did Josh Allen play? How did Josh Allen play?
He had a 93.
How did Josh Allen play?
He had a 93 passer rating.
How did he play?
3 touchdowns.
How did he?
He got 30 points.
Man,
No, you have your side of it. I have my side. He played all right. He didn't play great. He didn't play bad.
Turned the ball over 3 times and almost turned it over 5 times. Y'all just got it back.
And he put up 3 touchdowns.
Trash. He was a bum.
3 touchdowns against you bums. Your blitz defense.
Hey, TF Freak, I have a question before you go. Would you bet money on Buffalo winning the Super Bowl this year? Like, would you bet your hard-earned money to bet on Buffalo
No, I'm
winning the
not
whole
betting
thing?
that. I don't gamble. I don't do the gamble game.
If somebody put a, no, I wouldn't say that. Do you hardly believe, if you weren't actually a Bills fan, that the Bills should win and they're the best team in the NFL and they're going to win the Super Bowl? Do you believe that?
I think that the
It's
Bills
up with my money on it. It's up with my
You ever
money
seen
on
the
it.
movie? You ever seen the movie?
I would bet on the Bills, but I don't gamble.
Gotcha. Have you ever seen the movie Buffalo 66
No,
with Mickey Rourke?
no.
You should watch that movie
I feel like
and come
4 movies
and tell me your answer again.
I'm a firm believer in this whole thing where people say you've never done it, and then the Saints had that same thing when they never did it, and the Bucks did, and then the Eagles did, and then the Patriots at one point were the same way. They can't win the big one, they can't get there, and then they did it with Brady. Yeah, every team that ever won one, and then they finally win one, had that same narrative until they won one. That's just how it goes.
In 2060.
But we also didn't go through a stretch of losing 4 straight Super Bowls and go through an entire 2-decade drought.
4 in a row.
No team has ever done that.
But no team's ever gone to 4 in a row either. So it is what it is. And this is
before you go, I gotta ask you this question.
Maybe.
I know people from Buffalo. I know a lot of Buffalo fans. Do y'all really put that as a badge of honor?
No, I don't.
Going to 4 straight.
I put it as an accomplishment, but not as a badge of honor, right? Like, to win 4 AFC championships in a row is an accomplishment, but to lose every Super Bowl after that is a freaking disappointment. Like, it is an accomplishment to an extent, but it's not a badge of honor. Like, I put 4 banners up in a row. Cool, but they weren't Super Bowls. If one was a Super Bowl, sure. But no, it's not a badge
Did
of
you
honor.
know that the last Bills Super Bowl run, that their motivation, I don't know if you watched the documentary 4 Falls of Buffalo, was never to actually win the Super Bowl. It was to piss people off to get to the 4 straight. Their motto was to piss people off and go for 4.
I mean, that's
they literally, their motivation was to piss people off because people didn't want to see Buffalo in the Super Bowl again.
People didn't want to see the Patriots in it either. So it is what it is. I don't worry about what people want, and neither do you, Tyson.
Correlate Patriots and Bills.
No, I can, because you guys didn't give a damn either whether you guys went to another one or not. You guys were like, we're going, and we don't give a shit what you feel. And the Bills are the same way. You don't care. That's not the point. You still didn't care what everybody else thought. The Bills were thinking they were going to win them, but they just didn't care. You don't see us there again? We don't care. We're going again. Eat it. And
I know for a fact from all the Bills fans that I know that those last 2 Super Bowls against the Cowboys, there was no chance in hell the Bills had at all of winning any of those Super Bowls. Though the teams were that Cowboys team, the triplets, bro, they were so stacked that they blew the absolute living fuck out of you. And y'all had no chance in those Super Bowls. The Giants and Redskins won, you had a chance, even though Washington came back in halftime and blew you out. But if you are a real Bills fan, bro, and I know real Bills fans, they will tell you, and any Bills fan will tell you, those Cowboys Super Bowls, there was less than a 0% chance you hadn't even had a shot in hell to win those last 2 Super Bowls.
Well, I'll say this. The last one, I was 9 years old, and I didn't care. I was 9 years old. I was a Bills fan, but I wasn't really into football yet. I didn't get really into football until like at 13, but I was a Bills fan. I was upset that they lost, but I was 9. I was like, whatever. I got big into football in high school, and then when I joined the Army, I stayed getting bigger into it, and now, I'm really into it. I break stuff down. So I hope one of y'all get Lamar Jackson, because that dude's a bum. He's only thrown for 3,000 yards in 1 season in his career. I hope one of y'all get him, but that's neither here nor there. I got the Bills winning the Super Bowl, so it is what it is.
We'll see if that happens.
Every year.
We appreciate the call, my friend.
No,
we appreciate the call.
7 years in a row, I knew we were like garbage until we got the coach that proved that he can win. He's got the best winning record in Bills history.
That's Bills.
Damn,
history.
TD leaving him with the L in his face. Denver, South Park, season 13, episode 11. TD, go watch.
Okay.
Thank you, Denver, for that. And shout out the last caller as always, bringing the heat. Malachi says, Richie, I miss your super chat. What's with me missing super chats? Hold on. We're bringing the next caller. Bills Super Bowl. King Allen, I know that's you.
What up, boys?
What's
Hey,
up?
what's up, buddy?
Just ready to celebrate this Super Bowl win we about to get.
Oh,
I love it,
man.
King Allen.
Overconfidence. Always the downfall of the Buffalonian.
Listen, you got to be a fan. You got to love it. You got to believe.
Have to with a BILL, buddy.
Exactly.
Exactly what it is. I love it, man.
Yeah. Must be nice.
But Richie, you should be worried if you guys hire Nathaniel Hackett as your offensive coordinator.
yeah,
I'd be a little worried about that.
the only way I can get behind that is if it comes with Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
Yeah, that's about the only way.
Yeah, so
TD, how's
But-
it feel to be at home on the bench?
It doesn't feel good, bro. It doesn't feel good, but it'll feel better when I got my Buffalo buddies with me next week.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen, buddy.
my Buffalo buddies.
You just enjoy that couch.
I will. I'll keep it warm.
Hey, like Tyson said,
As you
there's
said,
no room on the couch.
how did Josh Allen play? He played enough to win the game, right?
He played like trash.
He won the
what
game.
He played like.
What
Y'all
time do
don't
you guys
wanna
play
admit
this
it.
week?
Y'all don't want to
What time
admit
do
it.
you guys
He
play
played
this
like
week?
trash. He played like
What time
trash.
do you guys
bro.
play this week?
We don't play this week because y'all beat us and y'all were the better team. Congratulations. But y'all coming home this weekend. You're
We'll see.
staying home.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
No neutral sites, baby. Get ready for your refunds.
All right, well, we'll see you next week, bro.
Oh
Win or
yeah,
lose.
you know
Win
it.
or lose.
Oh, I'll be here. I've been here for other losses. I'll be here if we win or lose.
Man.
All right, looking forward to see you next week, my man.
And so everyone was talking about the Bengals 9-game win streak. The Bills are on an 8-game win streak, by the way.
Not one less. Don't worry. It's about to be cut.
No one's talking about that.
Malachi Master, this is the one that I missed, Malachi Master. That ain't just Bill, but Kraft as well. Don't get your hopes up, Tyson, just to be disappointed. Talk about Lamar.
Listen, bro. I'm not getting my hopes up. I just know what's going to happen. I know this organization well enough to know that you ain't about to be missing no 2 out of the last 3 seasons of the playoffs, and then not be repercussions for your actions.
Appreciate you, Malachi. My apologies for missing that. Jimmy!
Bro, TD, you were so close to winning your first playoff game in 20 years. But maybe next year. But so, TD, you think you're going to win the Super Bowl next year? Like you say it the past 5 years?
Guaranteed.
You're going to win the Super Bowl? Just
Hey, that's the name of this word.
guaranteed?
Guaranteed.
All right, I'm going to trust you on that. Hope you're right. But Dan, what was Josh Allen doing, bro? Free
It's a
turnovers?
dub, bro.
Free turnovers?
Dude, it was a dub.
Dude, that's
Dude,
not
it was a dub. Why are you hating outside of the club?
No, I'm just saying you
Can't
can't
get
play
in.
like
Against
that
Skyler,
against
you
the
can get
Bengals.
through
You
it,
can't
Dan.
play.
Why didn't you get in the club,
You
bro?
can't play
Bro,
like that
listen.
against Joe Burrow.
Brady
Listen,
threw
it's a
3
Jimmy
interceptions
Casket.
in a playoff game and won the Super
listen.
Bowl. Who cares?
Yo, listen, Jimmy Casket, man, let me tell you something. So the Bengals didn't look too hot against the Ravens last week either. It's a divisional opponent, and so I see both of those teams going out there and absolutely firing off all cylinders. And then once again, once you tune in next week, I'm going to be at the top of this video once again, planning my trip to Atlanta for the AFC Championship.
All right, let's see.
3
Let's see.
turnovers, who knows? We'll see what's up. I'm not worried
Let's
about
see,
it.
but you Josh Allen got to play better regardless. It doesn't matter if the Bengals play the
Jets
worst. You
fans
just gotta
really
play. You
get
got to focus on
do
yourself.
Jets fans deserve to criticize any other quarterback in the league, being that you don't even have one.
Yeah,
And so I'll
man.
tell Cole
NFL
Beasley
talk.
not to let a
We
ball
got
bounce off of his
we got to get
chest.
Lamar.
Bro,
I'll
Yeah,
tell
the
Cole
delusion is
Beasley.
real. The
And so
delusion
I'll
is
tell
real.
Cole Beasley not to allow a ball to bounce off of his chest right into the hands of a defender. I'll tell John
It was
Brown
a
not to
bad
run a wrong
throw.
route.
It was a bad
It
throw.
was right in his chest.
It
right
was
in
a
his chest.
bad throw.
It literally hit him right
Hey.
in his chest plate.
Hey,
Josh
Jimmy, don't,
Allen
don't let
threw it.
these
It was
people
bad.
don't let these people silence our voices. We're NFL fans. We can speak however we like. Okay, Jimmy?
First
I love it.
Amendment.
Let's go.
All right,
Freedom of
before I
speech.
go, before I go, Dan Mitchell, if you don't win the
What's that?
Super Bowl this year, this season was a failure. You're gonna have to
Your
look back on the
expectations are
season.
high.
Yeah, that should be the mentality. It's Super Bowl or bust because the standard
I agree with you.
shouldn't be an AFC Championship win or anything. You have to win the Super Bowl. I hope you understand that. If you don't win the Super
I
Bowl, it's a
100%
failure
agree,
of a
man.
season, bro. That's
I agree with
that's
you.
the standard. That's the line. All right, you
The
have to
standard,
win
brother.
the Super
Listen,
Bowl.
man. And so I said that at the beginning of the season. It's Super Bowl or bust. It's Super Bowl or bust. I said that at the beginning of the season. That's
Jimmy,
exactly what it
what's
was.
the Jet standard? What's the Jet standard? Not get under 500.
Getting a QB. That's what we
There it is.
for.
That's where it all starts, baby. We appreciate you, Jimmy.
Hey, we got all the pieces. We just need a QB to put it all together. Maybe
Let's
we'll
go,
make the
baby.
playoffs next year. Hoping for
Love
that.
it.
You know it. And Jimmy brings up a good point, and Dan was saying it before the season, Super Bowl or bust, and now here we are in the playoffs, Dan.
Super Bowl or bust, man. Listen, I'm going to be very disappointed if this season ends without us raising Lombardi. Very disappointed.
Let's go.
Fuck just
Richie
making
fighting,
it.
I'm fighting for my life in the panel. I will always fight to represent gang mother effing green because none of you folks in the chat can say anything to make me feel any type of way to shut my mouth up. Do you know that? Let's go. I'm going to keep speaking and spewing my delusion all over you. Let's go, baby. Denver says, if the Dolphins win the Super Bowl next year, I'll open a Dolphin sanctuary in TD's name next year and name my firstborn son Mike Love Child McDaniel.
It's Mike Burns McDaniel. Mike Tokes.
I love it.
I always hear rumors that Tua's brother might get drafted by Miami. So y'all can switch back and forth because one of every week through the rest this week. TD break it down.
Stop, man.
All right, next caller. Here he comes.
Hey, what's up, guys? How is it
Troy.
going, man?
What's up, Troy?
Hey, how you doing, TD?
Not good.
I'm back. You know, you wanted me to come back. I always do. I'm here every week. You know, and
He's back. He's back. I love him, Troy.
It's interesting. First off, that you all think it's going to be a high-scoring game. You know, it's going to be 38 degrees, snowing, and possibly raining on Sunday.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Okay.
That could change. You know, Bills are going to be a little better at throwing the ball in those conditions than Cincinnati. It's going to play in our favor for sure. I don't know how Cincinnati plays in the cold. You know, we'll have to see. But, you know, and I want to say everybody had a good season and something to look forward to. And if you get Lamar, anybody does, that team is going to become real competitive with us. That's going to be great. It'll be like the Jim Kelly, Dan Marino days, you know, and Tyson with the badge and honor of the 4 straight Super Bowls. Yes. And I will carry it proud until somebody can beat it. Not even Tom Brady, the best quarterback in NFL history, could go to 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Would you rather think if you ask Tom Brady right now, would you rather have win the 4 straight or have 7 rings? What do you think his answer would be?
Not 7
Troy?
rings. Not 7 rings. Not going to say 7 rings, but I will tell you, as a fan and a person, to be the AFC champions 4 years in a row, it is the badge of honor. It is worn. Nobody will ever take it off. Until they do, I'm going to wear it. Until I was really worried you guys were. I was rooting against you, man, when you went to 3, you know, not to make the 4th. Big time, Tyson. I didn't want to lose that. It is something.
Do you own all 4 AFC Championship shirts when they went?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Oh my God!
I was alive.
Man, listen,
I was actually there.
Too,
I was on my hands and knees when that field goal missed. I literally closed my eyes, and then I heard the crowd, and I opened them. I was on front of my TV because I live in California. But oh man, that just hurt so bad, that missed field goal. And so if the Giants can make it to the Super Bowl, I think that would be great to beat them. Or Dallas, I think it'd be great to beat them. Do I think either of them will get there? Probably not, but it would be great to get our first Super Bowl ring against Dallas. Oh, wouldn't that go down in the storybook as a beautiful historical record?
And so if Roger Goodell's like watching this right now, he's writing this down. He's like, all right, let me see how I can make that happen.
And Tyson, you know, when a quarterback throws the ball in a guy's chest and he doesn't catch the ball, that's not the quarterback's fault. I played football, dude, and I've had a ball bounce off my chest. I'll admit it. Couldn't grab it with my hands, and I felt like an idiot. You got to turn your mic on, TD.
As long as Josh Allen threw it, it was his fault. Trash.
I know, TD. Let me ask you this. Right now, Buffalo wants to make a straight across trade with you, Tua for Josh Allen. What do you say?
It's a yes. 110%.
He runs away. He runs away.
What would even find out with an answer?
I just want to know how trash he really thinks he is. I mean, if he's willing to take him on his team, you know, he's got him on his fantasy team.
You got him, Troy.
I deserve an answer, though. Make him answer when I'm gone, guys. Hey,
I'll answer for you. The answer is 100%.
Hey, you're gonna have a great year. You're gonna have a great year next year. I know you are. The Jets are gonna hopefully at least make the first round of the playoffs. I was really shocked New England didn't make it this year, and I think it's because your quarterbacks weren't. You know, if you had your boy, what's his name, that you kind of like and love-hate relationship with in New England, Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones, if he played all year, you would have probably made the playoffs because he'd have been
There's no love-hate relationship. There's all hate. There's no more love.
Well, if he gets you to the playoffs and
what the hell does that? What the hell does that work for me if you get blown the hell out in the first game, bro? Bro, you're talking to a Patriots fan. You're talking to a Patriots fan that all he knows is Super Bowls. I don't care about getting to the playoffs and playoff wins. I care about rings. That's all that matters to me, bro.
I know. That's all. I know. But hey, after you have a drought of 10 years and no Super Bowl, still you're going to want to get in the playoffs. If you didn't make the playoffs for 20 years like the Dolphins, you know, you'd want to make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? If you go through a drought like that, the playoffs mean something. It may not mean nothing to you now because it's all fresh in your heart, but you go through a drought like we did from Kelly to Doug Flutie getting us to the playoffs. You know what I mean? We were in a lot of pain and we understood. We know exactly what everybody's going through. Quarterbacks are hard to find. Like I said last week, I have believed in so many guys, dude, like Rob Johnson. He's my next guy. If I was a YouTuber, I'd have been talking him up like you guys talk up White and all your guys. I wanted them to be good. But do they pan out? Not always. Most of the time they don't. Most of the time they don't. So hopefully, if the Jets get Lamar, we'll talk about a head-to-head battle we're gonna have, dude, in the AFC.
Come on, Troy. Speak it into existence for me, man.
That would be nasty, scary, good games both ways.
Well, Troy, we appreciate your call as always, and I'm excited to see you next week, win or lose.
We'll see you next week. We're gonna win it. There's no doubt we're gonna win it. This is our home, our crowd, our team, our game, our season. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're gonna win it all.
Let's do it, Troy.
Where'd Troy go? Where'd Troy go?
That's good.
Oh, he gone? Okay.
Oh man, you missed him. He asked you an interesting question. I forgot what the question was.
Me too. Who's next?
We got the NY Bully, though, sending a super chat. I couldn't see Lamar wanting to play New England. I think Atlanta, Carolina, and the Jets are the favorites in that order. Either way, the Jets are on their way. Let them know the NY Bully. You already know the vibes. Appreciate the donation as always, my friend. Let's freaking go. And there's an interesting poll up on the chat right now that I don't know. I think Dan put it up or something. And it's looking pretty good. 71% says obviously. and things are looking good in the chat. So we appreciate that.
Is that who wants to see Antonio Brown Snapchat?
Oh God, no one wants to see that. Fins 209, what's up, bro?
I'm just tired of hearing all these Bill fans giving praise to the 90s, and then when I go to the 70 Dolphins, like I'm living in the past. I'm not the I'm not the one.
Because we weren't alive during it.
I'm not the one. I don't care. The past is the past. The past is the past. Whether it's a 1 year ago. Hang on, Trump at work. Hang on, Trump at work. If it's a 1 year ago, it's a past. I'm calling you a Trump. If it's 1 year ago, it's a past. And all these Bill fans giving tribute to the 90 Bills. And then when I do it to the 70 Dolphins to try hype up my team, I'm shunned. I'm like, oh, I'm living in the past. I'm holding on to that or whatever.
Why can't you win a playoff game?
I think we are entitled to a drought because we have the most 10 win game seasons throughout history. So we earned a drought because Don Shula kept getting all those wins without before Dan Marino and after Bob Greasy. So let's get something straight here and now. If you guys are going to give tribute to the 90 Bills, I'm going to give tribute to my team. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
68 Jets, baby. Woo!
That's right. Well, that's fair enough. But I think Skylar Thompson.
What's your thoughts on the game and not winning a playoff game?
Okay,
Bills fan, what does it say?
I got the Bills losing to the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to have the Niners. And I'm going to have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again.
No. What's your thoughts on not winning a playoff game this weekend? Why did you lose?
Hey, we lost because the continuity wasn't there. We didn't have, the quarterback to do it. He didn't play a full game all season, right?
Because when Tua played Buffalo the last time, you still lost by the same margin.
That's okay. I'm not a Tua fan. We need to get him out there. I think Skylar did okay enough to give him a shot. Get Tua out of there and then give Skylar his shot. I mean, he did okay.
Your GM literally already came out and said Tua is going to be a starting quarterback.
I know we need to get a new GM and a new owner, but that's okay. I'll take a shot right now.
It's too late. He's already saying he would have been fired by now.
Well, there's also the possibility of him getting. There's also a possibility of Tua getting hurt again, or some case may be. Then Skylar can come in.
Oh, there's always a possibility.
Yeah, but. And I was right about Josh Allen throwing 2 picks last week, right? Did he throw 2 picks? Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So he got a dub, too, though.
Oh, that didn't? Yeah, he got a dub. For the refs, because you didn't get that first down. Yeah, that refs helped you.
Quarterback throw 3 interceptions and a dub, or your quarterback.
When I agree, they did not get that first down at the end of the game. They know they were yards short.
First down at all. And that would have been a 4th down. And I'm not saying the chances are high for the Bills to get that first down, but we still had a shot to stop you guys. But you're going to eat your fans base is going to eat sushi and drop chopsticks on a quarterback that didn't play a whole game this season. Take the win. Go ahead, take the win. I mean, a quarterback that didn't even play the whole game this season wasn't prepared for 2 of them, and it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we lost. But everybody else saying that we're going to get blown out and it was going to be overkill and this and that.
Do you want a moral victory? Do you want a cookie for that?
No more moral victories here. We lost. We're going to move on. We're going to take it on the chin and then get better next year. But
you take it on the chin every year.
That's okay, bro. I'll take it. But my team, like I said, I'm going to give homage to my team and see where we stand because, like I said, we have the most wins throughout history, so we are entitled.
No, you do not. The Chicago Bears have the Chicago Bears.
No, you look up. We have the most because that's including the Packers. We have more winning seasons.
No,
than
you
the Packers
do not. The Packers have the most wins in NFL history. You know how I know that because it literally says it right now on Google. Google who has the most wins in NFL history out of any NFL franchise, the oldest franchise, the Green Bay Packers, and then it's the Chicago Bears. Stop lying to these people. I will not tolerate Dolphins fans sitting up here lying.
If you want to compare that, the Dolphins only been in the league.
5. Stop it.
The Dolphins only been in the league for since what?
You literally just said that the Dolphins have the most wins by any NFL team. You lied.
Okay, I lied about all that.
We got to get to the next caller, my friend.
Richie, keep him on for a second. I'm not going to tolerate lying on here. What else did you need to get off your chest?
No, we're going to come back stronger next year. You guys will see.
Because
I'm
you
just
come
tired.
back
I'm
stronger,
just tired.
because you come back stronger every year, right?
No, not every year. There's some years where we're weak.
Bro, you haven't won a playoff game since your mama spat you out. Stop it. Bye.
All right. Well, that was a cool caller. All right, we got 2 callers remaining. Real quick, we got a super chat from Brooklyn. I will say this: the AFC's roundtable is much more interesting than the AFC North. Those guys are horrible, especially the Ravens rep. There's a AFC North roundtable. Well, I'm glad to give you guys some. Well, your name's Brooklyn, and you're Cincinnati Bengals fans. You from Brooklyn or what? We appreciate the donation and appreciate giving you entertainment. And we welcome all divisions, by the way, and all fan bases, not just our 4. So we appreciate that. Malachi, for being honest, the Bills should travel to Cincinnati. Bengals got screwed here and could have had home field advantage. Yeah, I mean, that whole thing is definitely some interesting to talk about. Malachi, we appreciate
the world ain't fair.
All right, so we have 2 callers left. What's up?
We appreciate all the Patreon callers, but what I will not tolerate on here is somebody getting on here lying about NFL history. I know I'm an NFL savant. I'm an NFL historian, and there are only 2 franchises, only one franchise that I know more than the New England Patriots, and that's those damn Miami Dolphins. Because I've studied you for years. I'm a professor. I have a master's degree in Dolphins history.
All you need to know is we the best
history.
franchise ever. We're the best franchise ever. That's all that matters. Who's next?
All right, next caller. We got Kyle. What's good, Kyle?
Kyle.
Yes, sir. My bad. I'm a little
What up, Kyle?
there. Couple things I want to drop my chest. Got to rap my boy TD. I know it's been rough up here, my brother. You know,
I know, man. I'm trying to get through, bro.
Typical Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna retire until August, and then I'll be back. But math that works. No diss is no diss. I ain't trying to start nothing. Just, you know, the Dolphins live rent free in your head, and I just don't think it's a good look for you, my man. I will say you did call it with the collapse. It was honestly kind of funny. I was just like, he did it to us, you know. It was.
I want you to go to my Twitter and look at my tweets and look at all the mentions and all the ratios that I get, and ask yourself again, who lives rent free in whose head?
I mean, I don't wake up and think, let me look at the Patriots statistics and their history and stuff. I kind of just watch my Dolphins and stuff. But I get you, man. You know, you're a firm believer on your beliefs and stuff. I'm going to sit up here and say Dolphins are ass. I came in here mid-season on my high horse. And what I figured out, same thing. I think Tua and Skyler are trash. I really want like Aaron Rodgers, Lamar. I don't want Tom Brady because he whooped us for the last 20 years. But, you know, whatever the team rocks with. I don't know. I just wanted to come up here because I said I'd be here at the end of the season and say.
Well, we appreciate you honoring your work,
man.
Kyle. It's not
Yes,
easy.
sir.
My
Yes,
God,
sir.
man, we appreciate the support.
It's not easy to come on
Support
here
out
and
here.
speak your truth, especially after you lose. Some people in the chat. Pull up.
I think
you won't.
I'm a very, very honest Dolphin fan. I see things for what it is. I think, you know, it would have been nice to beat the Bills just because, you know, that would have been a crazy upset. It would have been fun. But nah, yeah. Good for you, Bills. I hope y'all take it to the Super Bowl. Just from a fan to a fan.
Kyle,
take it, man. I respect
thank
it.
you,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? I know I don't know what it feels like to go far in the playoffs, but you know, I can understand the fans' perspective. So I really hope you guys come through with it. That'll probably be a great feeling, man.
Well,
Other
you're gonna
than
be
y'all,
disappointed again, Kyle. Don't worry.
Yo, no lie. I think whatever I believe in just goes to the shitter, bro. Like it just don't work for me.
No.
I know that feeling very well, Kyle. I'm a Jets fan.
Yes,
I know that
sir.
feeling all too well. Well, we appreciate you. That was a great call you just had, man. Much respect.
Hey, y'all boys stay blessed.
Salute, bro.
Thanks, Kyle. You too. He's the man. I like that guy.
Yeah, man. That's one of my favorite Dolphins fans.
Is this the last person, Richie?
Yep, and guess who it
Nice.
is?
I ain't sticking around for no parks.
Before I get to this, man, I just got two things to say. Do you see how far the Dolphins fans have failed that they want the Buffalo Bills to win a Super Bowl now? What is going on here, man? What is going on? Secondly, TD, do the Dolphins have the most wins in NFL history? That's what Fans 209 said.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, let's get to this. TD, listen here, man. Listen here, TD. TD, I'm gonna tell you like this, TD. You be lying a lot, but you also be telling the truth. You also be telling the truth. But you know who be lying the most is your organization because they lied to y'all the whole season. They lied to y'all when they told y'all Tua was the MVP. They lied to you when they told you that Tyreek was the missing link. They lied to you again when they got Bradley Chubb. Did those new shiny toys show up in the playoff game?
No.
Do you know what Tyreek and Bradley Chubb and Sherfield and all them else, T? You know how you a child and you wake up on Christmas and you got what you want on Christmas. And you open up the box and you see it and you hug your mama and all that. And you like, thanks, Mom, you're the best in the world. And all of a sudden you take it out the box and it broke. And it's broke. That's what that is. That's what that is. That's what that was in the playoffs. Gee, stop saying that you beat yourself. No, the Buffalo Bills beat you. They beat you, T. They beat you. When they scored 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes on you, T, you lost that game. Stop saying that. Stop lying to these people. Stop lying. You just seen, T, you ain't the only fan that lie on here. Vince 209 just lied. We already see it. They need to stop listening to you. Stop lying to these people. You did not beat yourself. You did not do it, T. And you will not win nothing in your life. Jets fans, please stop it with this Lamar crap, bro. Just stop it.
It's all we have. It's all we have. We build this up to get disappointed, Parks.
Okay, Richard, let me ask you a question. If you don't get Lamar, who do you want?
The 3 guys that I want, if we don't get one of the 3, I'll be pissed, is Lamar, Aaron Rodgers, and Derek Carr.
Stay away from Derek Carr.
So what if you don't get down one of them? Exactly. No. Don't tell him that master at work. Please get Derek Carr. Please get him.
Listen, bro, the way I look at it is, as a Jets fan, speaking without a quarterback, I just cannot look at Derek Carr and his stats and say, yeah, I don't want him because of a 4,000-yard passer and all the things he's done. He'd literally be the best quarterback my franchise has ever freaking had. You know, like, I'm talking about the bare minimum of a Jets quarterback. You know what I mean? From a Jets fan perspective, it's different.
I get what you're saying, but Derek Carr is one of those quarterbacks you can win games with. You ain't gonna win a lot of them because of him, man.
I know, and that's third out of the 3 I said. You know,
bro, I thought you was on for me, man. I thought you was done with me, Parks.
Well, Sunday. I love how you had the birthday. You know that you had your screen going. Your wife came and gave you them the balloons and the flowers, and you proceeded to lose. That was wonderful, T. I thank you for that. Thank you for that moment, T. Thank you for that. And Dolphins fans, fans 209. Stop talking about some 70s and all that. Let's talk about what your team have done since you have been alive. Don't say that's a drought. That is a desert that you got going on over there with the Miami Dolphins, man. Stop saying that. And y'all, I'm out of here. Master at work, by the way. Love that hat, baby. You know it's the Celtics world all day.
Yeah, you know it's that season, man. It's that season.
Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, TD.
Man, Parks
Knicks,
membership been revoked, man. We don't want you to be a Patreon no more.
Parks always coming with the heat in the finale, bro. You love it.
And TD's like, I don't want your money no more, man.
MJ Strange says with the final super chat of the show, knowing the Dolphins might be same next year, it feels good to know the Pata will be worse. The Pats. Is that so?
MJ Strange.
Oh, well, MJ Strange. We
yeah. I know you ain't Doctor Strange, bro. You can't tell the future.
We appreciate the final super chat of the night. All right,
man.
Dan.
Yeah,
man, I was supposed to feel better after this show. Now I'm a little more depressed, man.
So I'll go on ahead and I'll go around the table so everyone can say their closing remarks before we set up. Start off you, Richie.
You already know the vibes. You got your boy Richie over here giving you all the latest Jets stuff if you're interested. But none of you guys care about that. What really matters is the AFC East Roundtable, man. And I'm pleasured to represent my team, the New York Jets, who are on the rise, baby. We're about to make some big-time changes, big-time moves this offseason. I'm really excited to report on my channel and talk about it here on this channel, of course. It's going to be really weird because I don't know what the future of this roundtable really is after the Bills lose this weekend, because after that, then we're going to see a sad Dan on Wednesday. And then the week after that, we're not going to have a game to really preview and stuff. So I don't really know what to expect when that does happen, but I'm not going to, I'll worry about that when it comes, Dan. So good luck. Good luck to Bills fans. Obviously, you got a stressful week ahead of you. I wish I was in this position, but we'll be there. Promise you that, baby. We'll be there.
What's up, Tyson? What you got, brother?
Yeah, like I said, shout out to everybody, on the channel, making this channel grow. We're at 7,000 subscribers, man. That's crazy to be that we only started this a couple months ago, right before the season. Like I said, man, the content's not going to stop even when the season ends. And we should all be rooting for the Bills. So the Roundtable can extend to a Super Bowl. And then that's when we all root against the Bills. I don't know why we all can't disagree on that. It will be more painful for Dan if he has to sit through a Super Bowl loss that he actually remembers. So, like I said, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to TD, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't know this channel. I don't think this channel will be where it is without TD, given the content that he has to my exposure. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to TD, man. He's one of the funniest dudes I've ever known in my life. His shit is genuine. Live streams are genuine. And you could thank TD, man, because if it wasn't for his pain, then it wouldn't give us no pleasure, man. So, and like I said, I got more content coming. I got another hype video coming. If the results hold the way I think they should, then I got a really banger video coming next week. But let's all appreciate TD and his delusion. If it wasn't for his delusion, if he was just a realistic Dolphins fan, I don't know what content I can give you. So we gotta appreciate TD, man.
Haters. It's on me. Listen, man. I love this channel, man. This channel is one of the biggest talked about things in the AFC East community. And we're gonna continue to work hard to make it that way. We got some things coming for y'all over the summer. But we'll get into those in the coming weeks. Also, I dropped a link, by the way. I have my own sports channel, All Sports. I'm gonna be getting the NBA and things like that coming up soon. So if you want to support, go subscribe to my All Sports channel. I just put the link in the comment section. It'll be greatly appreciated. Go watch some of the videos so that I can get my watch time up so YouTube can unlock my features. I would appreciate that, y'all. But outside of that, man, thank y'all for subbing. I already see some of y'all saying you're going to sub. But outside of that, man, love you fellas. I'm glad to be working with all three of you guys. You're dedicated to providing great content for our whole community. And man, just great chemistry, great love. I hate your team. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But it ain't nothing but love, man. I'm grateful to be working alongside you guys. And it'll be feeling good when we all four sitting on the couch next week, having a conversation about the season on a recap. All right. Then we're gonna make sure we put a pillow under your seat so you can sit higher than the rest of us, Dan. Make you feel better, okay?
No, he ain't getting no damn pillow.
He's getting nothing. Oh man. I think that I could echo each and every single one of these gentlemen that just spoke. This channel has been absolutely insane this year. The support is just absolutely crazy. It's wild how many returning viewers and new viewers that we get, and even viewers that are from outside the AFC East. I mean, we saw like a Bengals fan in here today. So it's definitely wild. It's not going to stop. We're definitely going to be brainstorming about some content that we can bring you over the off season. And so, we are always open to ideas. So say, for example, that you guys have anything interesting that you would love to see during the off season, tweet at us, let us know. We're definitely trying to expand this and take this to the next level. As far as my situation, I'm going to be having my preview video tomorrow on my own channel, and then just a bunch of other content throughout the week leading up to the Bengals game. I just hit 15,000 subscribers the other day. Super excited about that.
Congrats.
And we're just going to thanks, man. Super excited. Hard work pays off.
We're both 15K buddies.
It's tough. People don't realize how hard it is to get up there, man. I've been grinding for years after all the channels that I blew away from just being a dumbass. But I finally figured it out, and I'm at 16K, bro. It's so hard to get that type of subscriber, bro, because you got to continue to pump out content. And even people watching content don't subscribe. You got to also factor that in. You know what I'm saying? So
1,000%.
Yeah, 75 to 80% of the people watching don't subscribe. We
don't subscribe. Yep.
We appreciate those guys still, though.
And so
And
with
I
that
just got to
being
give a
said,
shout
like
out to Dan real quick, guys. Make sure you guys check out Dan, not on only YouTube, but he's been putting out the fire content on TikTok, on Instagram. The funny, like, I love this guy, man. I just see him just in his car, like, who would be a team that I can get a yard on? Who is a team that a defense that I can run 1 yard on? And he's got the Patriots, no, can't run on them. There has to be a team. And then finally it's the Texans. Like, yeah, I can get a yard on them. He's got awesome NFL content on his Instagram and TikTok. So you guys check out Dan, man. It makes me laugh.
Stay away from EDP on TikTok. Just stay away from EDP on TikTok.
And so make sure that you subscribe to all three of these guys. They do great work. Looking forward to next week. I will be a winner once again, and we will be previewing the Atlanta game. I may even be there. So who knows what's going on with that. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Go Bills.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you guys.
That bum was